Good time zone, whatever. I had to restart my PC this morning. So, of course, every single audio setting decided to reset, which is awesome. Windows 11 can suck my butt. Windows 11 sucks, man. Hate it. Hate it. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I sent Sarah and her boyfriend off into the mountains today with my Jeep because he likes to hike. He like literally loves to hike. He's a rock person, and I was like, dude, you gotta go to the mountains. Like, go to the mountains. Take my Jeep, go hike, have fun in the woods. You guys are gonna have a blast. And it's actually like decent weather out for once. So I sent them off, and they're having fun now. Hopefully. Good morning, Angel. How are you? I need to grind some weed and load a bowl. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I have not slept in 2 days. I swear to God, I have slept so shitty. I feel like gross. Like, you know, when you're so tired, you're just kind of sweaty and weird and you get lightheaded randomly? That. I hate it. I just want to sleep. I'm so tired. So I figure we'll just play some fucking Hades. Cocky, by the way, thank you so much for subbing the class, keeping the class alive, and giving anything so fucking long. That sub pure 2. I appreciate you. No, Viata, actually, Darren knows how to drive stick. My sister chose well. You know what's crazy? I've literally taught every single person I've ever dated how to drive a stick. every person I've ever dated, I'm like, oh, you don't know how to drive my car, okay? Let's fucking go. Boo, you woke up lightheaded and poopy? That's me. I don't think I went to sleep. I don't remember, like, sleeping or anything. Just rolling around and wishing. No shit, Dramonic? God, that's weird. I wonder why. Dude, me too. It's like that stupid, I'm sure we've all had this, but it's like when you try to sleep and you're right on the edge of falling asleep and your brain decides to think of something that makes your heart race all night. And it's nothing. I mean, it was just stupid thoughts. And I was like, brain, you have to stop. You have to stop. Like, this is too much. I literally just couldn't get to sleep. It was so fucking stupid. Good morning, Sugar. How are you? Good morning, King. She tweets go live message on Twitter and we push live announcement through Discord. That's true. I mean, we try to push it everywhere, but it still fucks up. I mean, I think it was someone just the other day was like, oh, great, no live notification. Like, it's Twitch. We try to, like, make the live notifications as obvious as possible without being annoying about it, though. Like, my mods and I are both very, like, we don't want to be those spammy people, so we do the one live and that's it. For me, I get coughing fits as I fall asleep. Oh, fuck that. Dude, I've had that before, and the only thing that makes it better is, like, literally almost sleeping upright. I don't know what it is. Like, if I have a terrible tickle in my throat, the only thing that really, like, makes it so I can sleep and not cough all night is to prop myself up on, like, 4 pillows and basically sleep upright. That's the only thing that'll get rid of that tickle. I fucking hate it. I'm so sorry you have to deal with that. That's literally hell. Literally hell. Good morning, Alchemy. Girl. Bitch. You know me and my spoods. That spood you found can literally go fuck itself. I won't even pull it up on stream to show you guys. Is that a brown recluse? 3 pillows. Yep. It wasn't a brown recluse. Dude. Fuck that spider. I mean, Alk found a big scary leggy bitch and I don't like it. Nursery web. No shit. They look just like brown recluses. That's one of the ones that people mistake all the time. It was huge. No shit. Its body was super small and it had all the legs. And, like, you guys know, I mean, I've talked about this before. Like, I like my tarantulas, but leggy spiders can fuck themselves. Leggy things with all the legs. It was like the size of an Arizona green tea can. Go fuck that. No, I would have left. I would have left. I love spiders, but no. I would have thought it was probably a brown recluse or something. I woke up early to my husband like, hey, did you check your phone? I looked. We just listed our house today, and the first people that went in offer asking. Oh, I'm so excited for you. Oh, hell, let's cheers to that. That's fucking exciting. Good morning, Reasonable. How are you? It's just the TV, like my PC. Weird. I would have jumped. Yeah, hard no. Yep, nope. I find Black Widows and shit in my house outside, and I don't fuck with those either. Like, fuck no. Cheers. Oh, the strain, by the way, if you care. The strain is ground up is called Psych Juice. The names are so hilarious. Psych Juice, it's allegedly a hybrid. And the math, right? This is what I'm saying when I get confused. So it says total CBD 0%, total THC is 24.6 for a total THC of 27.86. Okay. Cheers. I know. Good morning, Vex. How are you? Length, Mandrakan, length. It's the length of the legs. I don't know what it is. It creeps me out. I had some spiders, you know those big ones that people freak out about that were like in Florida and shit? They're harmless, but they get really big. I had a couple of those that were pets. And they were the most I get sweaty talking about them. They were the most anxiety inducing spiders I've ever owned, and they are harmless. Not aggressive, but they have the longest like needle legs. I don't know. They reminded me of the other mother's needle hands in Coraline. And I hate that's the one thing that just drives me fucking crazy. The weed is fluffy, Vex. I know. I load it and then when I let it sit there, it like expands again. The black house spiders, yep, those. Yeah. I don't like them. The legs, I like a nice chunky spider. I was spraying my doorways for prevention. I sprayed it. Oh my god. You sprayed him and he crawled out because of the siding like the spawn of the devil and looked at me. That's the devil. You found the devil. Looks. Oh my god. Mandrakan, I never thought about it. Am I afraid of long legs because I'm all legs? Titty sprinkles? Shut up. That's amazing. El Chivo in the bowl and runs titty sprinkles. God, that's beautiful. The leggy ones, I just hate them. I don't know why. I'm using Zach's broken chair, so I like it because it's so wide. I can do this. Ah, yes. I love a nice gay chair. They're my favorite. I do. The thick spiders, I think it's because they're slower. Like, they're slower, so I don't have to worry about them coming at me or something. I don't know. I don't want competition. Maybe it's that. I don't know. Seriously, I'm fear of them. I am fear of them. It's kinetic sandweed, yes. It grows when you leave it alone. No shit, dude. Did you see the big... Usually zoos have one of those big ones. The ones that, you know, were everywhere in the world and everybody freaked out about them. She loves spiders with personality and charisma. I do. The P and the C. I do. They're my favorite. Jesus Christ. I'm pretty sure my son's parcel song because he always stops and talks to the snakes, then turns and tells me they want out or to come home. Oh my god, that's so cute though. That's fucking precious. Your son is beautiful. I love children that find like fascination and beauty in the little ugly things that everybody else likes to shun. Just makes me so happy because I feel like kids, they're just pure, you know? Dude, the P and the C still exists. The GIF is somewhere. I just don't know where it is, and I don't know if it's in the bot anymore. I know. I'm really sad about it. I have it though. No shit, Sarah. When I like cleaned out this PC and dragged everything possible off of it onto an external hard drive, I found this folder that's literally just titled like extra stuff, Katie, please go through. And no shit, exactly. It's every GIF and clip and whatever that Rhaegar has ever taken. It's insane. I know it's got to be in there. I just have to dig for it. It's all like, I mean, the GIFs from back in the day when I had a mod mic and my Totoros behind me, like all of those are in there. I've scanned through it. I just have to find them because they're just ancient artifacts of the past. Good afternoon, Rage. How are you, love? Good afternoon, Najio. Don't forget. Oh, side note. Thank you for reminding me. So this is still going on, obviously. Our team is like, I mean, so close to 100,000. It's fucking insane. 2 weeks and we've raised almost $100,000. Our stream team. It's just astounding. Like, Smash got a fucking $2,500 donation yesterday. Fucking cried. I would have cried. I can't even. People are so wonderfully supportive. That being said, I went into it today and tried really hard this morning while my sister was getting ready to go to change the total to like extend it, and I cannot find where to edit the fucking campaign. I don't even know if I can. So like If you want to continue helping with our campaign, the team hasn't reached its goal yet. We reached our goal, which is insane, in a week. You all are psychotic, and I appreciate you. But like, it's still going. I can't figure out how to extend our personal goal. So like, thank you so much for everybody helping out with the charity. You're fucking wonderful, and I appreciate you. Exclamation CFC if you want to check it out. It's a stream team of dope people. We're raising money for St. Jude's because kids don't deserve to have cancer. Shit's fucked up. You know? In my personal opinion, Rhaegar, oh my God, Sarah, Rhaegar has like folders of these gifts, and he took a gif of the folder of gifts. So it's like one giant gif of all the little gifts going at the same time. I have that somewhere in there too. Like, it's the artifacts. It's literally like the time capsule of my stream. I haven't, are we still beating Danica? I don't know if we're still beating Danica. We were beating Danica. Let me check. I don't know. We're still beating Danica by $120. Which is amazing. So our team, oh my God. Our stream team of 12 people, their communities have raised $88,023.06, which is fucking phenomenal. I just don't even know what to say. It's so cool. You guys are amazing. I can't. What the fuck? It's just, what the fuck? Thank you. I don't know what to say. It's amazing. Just looking at it is astounding. Literally astounding. Sounds like the scene in The Matrix where all the wall of TVs with Neo are freaking out but Katie and way more unhinged. Oh, it is. That's exactly what it is. It's so weird. I don't realize how weird I am. It's astounding. He always chooses either the most venomous or biggest snakes to talk to the longest. That's so cute. We bought a zoo membership so we can take him as many times as we want for the year. Dude, 150 for a 4-person pass. I would do that. I used to do that with my girlfriends when I lived in Baltimore. We'd do that for the aquarium because all my friends had kids, and it was we liked the aquarium just as much as the kids. It was the perfect place to take them and hang out for the day. It was so much fun, but it was like that. It was like $150 for the whole year for your family. It was so fucking nice. So I think so I'm not a hundo on if Danica and I clarified, like, if winning was if I win at the end of the duration of the charity or if it was just, like, that day. But no shit, Mandracan, I can't get the comedic... Like, do you know how hilarious it's going to be to watch all of us try to squirm into a hot tub in mermaid tails? Because you can't put them on in the hot tub. You gotta... Like, we're going to be inchworming. I don't know. The hilarity of the situation. And I swear to you, I have literally almost nonstop tried to come up with incentive ideas, and I just am so bad at it. I cannot... Everything I come up with, no one likes. I don't know what to do. She's better at incentives. These bitches are better than me in all the ways. Good morning, Glut. How are you, love? I'll do the worm to the hot tub. Yeah, we'll have to. Like, how the fuck? Yeah, it's gonna be hopping and jiggling and just so much laughter. The fucking comedy of it. I don't know. It's gonna be great, but I'm just terrible. I know, Vex. I feel like if I'm not coming up with incentives constantly and I feel like I'm not participating or I'm not putting my best foot forward. Like, I'm letting the kids down, which is ridiculous, but I know that's what's going on in my head. And I'm just like, oh shit, a story. Do you have a theme? What kind of story? What kind of fucking story? What kind of story? Except height, yeah. I mean, honestly, with how long my legs are, I'll be shocked if there's a mermaid tail that fits me and actually covers my ass. I didn't really think about that, but I have a 35-inch inseam. I don't think they make mermaid tails for me. Like, my ass might. I don't know. I didn't think about that till now, but, shit. I might have to, like... But I'm winning, so it's like, what is equally as cool or cooler Then mermaid tails. I don't know. I'm so bad at it. Your inseam's somehow longer than mine, yet I'm taller. Oh yeah, my inseam's longer than Zach's, and he's taller than me. I'm all legs. It's crazy. I know. It's real. Like growing up, I like owned, you know, 2 pairs of jeans that I rotated constantly because they were so expensive. Because the only place I could buy jeans was like Buckle or something. Because no one has jeans that long. Like jeans, especially women's, like, you know, women's sizes. They're not like 32, 34 or whatever. They're like size 6, 8, 10, and there's no length usually applied. It's usually like regular, long, extra long, and it's just stupid. Like nothing. That's why I live in spandex. Everything fits in spandex. Everything's long enough. My feet's literally, or my ass, one of the two. A mermaid tail blanket. Oh my God, I've seen those. Those are amazing. I've been talking to my cousin who works at St. Jude's Research, and first off, she's floored by the donations. Who wouldn't be? My God. Second off, she wants to try and put something together for the streamers who participated. She's not familiar with Twitch, so she's been asking me a lot of questions, and she did tell me to tell you guys thank you. My fucking pleasure. I'd do it every day if I could. She's not sure if she can pull something together through the company. I mean, I think I can speak for anyone raising money for St. Jude's. None of us do this. Like, I don't do this because I want to go to St. Jude's or I want any special recognition from St. Jude's by any means. I just personally have watched kids, to be very real with you, I've watched kids die and it's not okay. Period. And if I can do fuck all anything to alleviate that in any way, I'll do it. Shit's pretty fucked up. Story choice, how you became a Twitch stream content creator. Oh man, it's actually kind of weird. So I was in college actually at the time when I found Twitch. Whatever year ESO came out, I cannot remember the year ESO came out, but it was the year ESO, Elder Scrolls Online came out, and the guy I was dating at the time told me that there's this cool website called Justin TV where you can go and you can watch people play video games before you buy them, because ESO was, so it was 2014, there you go. That makes sense, yeah. So, I went on Twitch, or it was Justin TV, or I don't know if it was Twitch or Justin TV at the time when I finally went on it, but I went on it, and the top couple playing ESO, it was a couple, and they had like a dual cam, and they were quite literally just sitting at their desks doing nothing, and every 5 minutes they would go, yes, it's worth it. Yes, it's worth it. And it was the fuck all most boring thing I've ever seen in my life, and I was like, there are thousands of people watching this bullshit right now. What the fuck is going on? So I went to Walmart in the middle of the night and bought a webcam. And I was like, I could do this. And literally, it was like that and a mix of, I want to play ESO, but I have no friends, because I was just popping out of like 9 years of college and had eliminated my personality, whoever I was, and everything that wasn't studying. Because again, I have this horrible, like, eternal guilt. Like, if I wasn't studying and I didn't get an A, I had to blame myself. So I didn't paint or draw or do a piece of art for 10 years straight, because if I did, I would immediately kill myself with a guilt trip like, you're not studying, how could you, which is fucking crazy. So I had no friends, I had nothing, and I really wanted to play ESO because I loved the Elder Scrolls in general. Went to fucking Walmart in the middle of the night and bought a webcam. Straight up felt like everyone there thought I was going to go home and make porn and be on Chatterbait or something. Got home with the webcam and just started like trying to figure out how to set up a stream. And a couple days later, like, I made it go live. And that's literally it. And I graduated school, and it's hard to, I mean, if you, like, I think I've talked about this before, but when you graduate with a medical degree, you're not legally allowed to practice yet. You can graduate with a degree, a doctorate in anything, and you're not allowed to legally practice until you go take these board certified tests. And I've told you about them. It's like erasing everything you've learned to just learn how to take these tests, and then erase all the test knowledge and relearn real science again. It's fucking bullshit. It's so you graduate from school with your degree, right? Then you have to buy a program that teaches you how to pass the state boards, because the state boards use numbers and information that allegedly is easy mental math, but would kill a person if you actually implemented them. So there's multiple programs. The program I bought is called Kettering, and you sit there 8 hours a day and you do these little online quizzes teaching you how to pass the boards. You are smart, and you have to make yourself dumb and then smart again. I don't even, like, example, they use like math equations and shit for ventilator settings, right? So on these state board certified exams, to make mental math easier, which by the way, in my opinion, is fucking detrimental, because in the hospital we ain't getting easy mental math. We need to do the hard mental math. But anyways, they will no 100%. They'll say you have a 5'2" person and you're putting them on 10 liters, 10 liter per breath, because tens are easy to multiply by, allegedly. Do you want to know what size human inhales 10 liters every breath? None of them. None of them. None of them. On average, it's 4 to 6. But that's what they make you do. So then if you went from taking those board certified tests and you went into practice, you would fucking kill all your patients. So you have to like learn how to take these tests and then go back and reteach yourself everything you learned for the past 9 years in medical school to actually go practice. It's really fucked up. So anyways, what I would do is I would stream 8 to 5 and play Skyrim and ESO all fucking day. And then I would sit on this Kettering program at nighttime for 8 hours and do that. And I did that every single day for like 6 months. And then I did all my board certified stuff and then started working as a registered respiratory therapist for like 8 years and then quit. And now we're here. It was wild. Vex, it's such a fucked system. You could? Do they give a fuck? You can bitch all you want. They don't care. In my personal opinion, these board certified kind of tests and shit are just to rack up some extra cash because they don't get any of the money from you going to school. And there's a bunch of these organizations that allegedly do something that we have to pay money to all the time. So when you take these board certified tests, when I was graduating as an RT, you actually had to take 3 different tests. Now it's only 2. They merged 2 of them. But you had to schedule 3 different appointments at like an H&R Block or something to take these tests, and they were $600 a pop. And if you got lower than an 89%, you had to retake them and repay for that test again. But it wasn't always an 89%. It depended on what version of the test you got. So I think they're just fucking raking it in. You know, and like I've told you guys, to keep my license, I have to throw $385 at this fucking respiratory organization every year. Have they ever done fuck all for me? Did they provide education? No. None. I still, who's the NBRC? The National Board of Respiratory Care. I have to throw money at them just to keep my license. But do they do anything? Do they do anything? No, they don't. They don't offer education. They don't offer anything. They do not protect us. They're not a union. They're nothing. But that's my theory, because I cannot figure it out. And I've talked to all respiratory therapists agree. We've all talked about these tests. They're all fucked. The information they throw at you is fucked. And it's just, it doesn't teach you, the way that they, so for instance, when I did it, you had 2 multiple choice, huge, 6-hour exams you had to do. And then you have one called your clinical practice or your clinical O's or whatever. And essentially what the program does is it sets up a patient for you and it says a patient presents in the ER with blank, 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 blank. What's the first drug you administer? And it'll be naproxen, fucking albuterol, blah, 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 oxygen. The answer is oxygen. Trick questions all over the place. Why are we tricking people that are going into science and medicine and making them, why would you want your doctor insecure? Why would you want your RCP insecure? That's all it is fucking with our brains and making us feel like we don't know our shit when we do. I want the most confident bitch in the room in my, it's just fucked up. It's really fucked up. I don't know. I don't encourage anyone to go to medicine. It's just getting into it sucks. And then you get into it and you end up shelling out 50% of your income for the rest of your life just to legally be able to practice medicine on, recertifications and blah, 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 blah. All the shit I just told you to these organizations that do nothing. Effectively, literally do nothing. We've had a fucking wild ride, Sarah. I know. I'm trying to think. That's basically the story of me streaming. There's stories within the story. For instance, when I very first started streaming, like I said, I had never heard of Twitch. I watched that one stream and that was it, and decided to make my own because I was so bored watching those people. I was like, this is disgusting. I don't want to hang out here. I'm going to make my own. And I didn't know what a bot was. I didn't know what mods were. I didn't know what a mod was. I didn't know you could moderate people. So I was just like Wild West in it. Like I would sit and play Skyrim and anybody could say anything in my chat. I didn't even know you could ban people. I had no idea these like tools of the streamer trade or anything, even if you could ban people back then. Because back then like Streamlabs, Stream Elements, shit like that didn't exist. So we had to manually write our own bots. But I didn't know any of this. Thank fuck, out of nowhere, randomly, a Twitch staff person who unfortunately unalived themselves a few years ago, rest in peace, Izzle, you sweet angel fuck. Izzle found my channel, came in, he had that little, like, the staff icon. He's like, would you like me to help you a little bit? And I was like, with what? I'm not kidding you. One of the only viewers that would come view my channel every single day was a fucking Nazi. Like a Nazi sympathizer who would seriously sit there and try to argue with me about how the white race was superior all day. And I didn't know you could ban these people. I didn't know you could ban. I didn't know you could mod. I had no idea how to get rid of this. I was just like, I guess this is what you talk to on the internet. And Izzle came in, wrote me my own bot, the classy bot, the original bot, taught me how to mod. I modded him. He taught me how to mod people and start banning people that I, like Nazi fucking sympathizers I don't want to talk to all day. Like there's so many like stories within the story of how this got to where it is today. You know what I'm saying? Like it started out so fun. I've always had fun. I've never had a bad time, but fucking just the wild goddamn West out there, dude. It was a rough time. One of my friends had to retake her board exams, passed it, then threw them the one finger salute and retired. Yeah, they're fucked up. They're fucked up. I mean, they're just bullshit, really. I literally have an AHIMA, American Health Information Management Association tab open right now to keep up on my CEUs so I can renew my certification and I don't go anywhere near patients. Yep. It's I mean, the CEUs, that's another one. And that's the thing, like, Shad, thank you so much for subbing the class, keeping the classy alive and giving an answer with that Prime sub. I fucking appreciate you. Don't forget your Prime subs. I thought I was going to burp. All the CEUs and stuff, like the NBRC does not provide any of that. So still, why am I throwing money at them? Because I have to pay for those CEUs on top of it. Who the fuck are the NBRC? They take a lot of my money for nothing. This place, I mean, it was such a rough start, but I mean, it was fun. Getting into it from school, I wish someone would have told me about it. I wasn't an RT, but damn, yeah. I mean, even as, get this. So you guys know what I fucking do as an RT for a living? They don't tell you that. Not one time in school did anyone say, would you like to learn how to do a terminal extubation today? And do you want to know what I was ordered by a doctor to do on my first shift ever at Evergreen Hospital Medical Center in Seattle, Washington? Katie got a fun order for a terminal extubation on her first fucking day with my mom. Fun. It is. They don't tell you that stuff at all. No one informs you that, like, you're the vet who puts animals down. You're the one. You're the fucking harbinger. No one tells you that at all. Like, you know people are going to die. Like, it's a hospital. People die. It's sad. It's horrible. You're trying to prevent it. But no one informs you of any of that. It's a sink or swim moment. If you can't do it, they throw you in a clinic and you end up working at a clinic. It is horrible. I mean, I think it's really unfair how they treat people. And how, like, it feels it feels like a trick. It feels like you're tricked. It feels like a joke. Like, someone's like, oh, ha, 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 ha. You thought you were just going to breathe for people. That's cute. Why is it I only ever hear of continuing education requirements from pink-coded jobs? What's a pink-coded job? I don't know. I want to share that I went out and got my summer treat, a strawberry lemon cake shake from Portillo's. Yum. Dude, that sounds yummy. Or we are going to play Hades too, but I guess we're just chatting now. I'm so tired. My brain's really fucked, so I'm sorry if I am slow. I haven't slept. Oh, like pink tax shit. I don't know. Is there continuing education anywhere outside of medicine? I don't know. All I know is medicine. Oh my god, yeah. Hurts. Well, I was part of that team too. Yeah, part of every hospital calls them something different. Oh god, what is Hopkins? I can't remember what Hopkins is called, but I'm sure you're familiar with this, but if someone's going to be harvested, then the respiratory therapist has to hyper oxygenate the body to make sure the organs last as long as possible outside the body. So whenever someone's going to get harvested, we get that fun order that's like all of a sudden you're going from like pressure support 30% oxygen to PRVC 100% oxygen 60 breaths a minute, and you're like, oh, okay, I get what's happening here. But no one tells you. You just get a fucking computer order on your pager, and you're like, why would I? Oh, I know why I'm doing this. Like, it's such a weird environment to work in. It's very bizarre. It's very bizarre. Oh, education. Yep, yep, that totally makes sense. Most jobs are trial by fire. Yours was just super extreme. Yeah. I think you're right. I think most jobs are very sink or swim, trial by fire. Like, I've told you guys about that. I mean, and it's not, I don't know. I don't think art, like, I imagine it's like being the person who has to tell someone their family member died. Like, what RT is going to come up to you and be like, so you know your job includes a lot of death, right? Like, I don't know. You just kind of fall into it. But I've told you guys that before. Like, I've had student RTs and stuff like that where it sucks because they've already gone through all the school and they've gotten their fucking RCP and they're an RT now, and someone codes and they can't go in the room. They stand at the door and freeze. And it's this moment where I have to be like, oh, fuck, I don't think you can do this. And I don't want it. I hated that. That was probably the worst position to be in the world. No one wants to tell someone, like, you get to work in a clinic. You have to have, like, that weird instinct to just jump into the shit and not question and just ride off of your, like, instinct. And if you don't have that instinct, you can't be there. You gotta go. And it sucks. I completely understand CEUs for medicine. I don't know about you, but I don't think medicine's pink-coded. That's why I was wondering what pink-coded was. Every hospital I've worked in, the staff feels very 50-50 to me, all over the place, but I don't know. I don't know, actually, like, at all. I completely support continuing education for medicine, by the way. It's just the way they go about it seems like bullshittery, if that makes sense. Olaf, thank you for that follow. I appreciate you. It's very much just jump in, don't think. And some people freeze up and they're like, I don't know what to do. And it's like, I can't teach you what to do right now. This is not the teaching moment. You've gone through school. You just popped out. You did 8 years. This is the time. Now we put it into practice. And some people, and that's no fault on anyone. Like, I kind of wish I was the academics and not the put into practice personality. Some people are rote memorization, book people. They need to be in a lab. Some people just go into autopilot and can apply that knowledge without really thinking while you do it. And it's a personality type, and it's no one's fault. Oh my God, Eliza, thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive, and giving any swings
for fucking 94 months. Gross. Fucking wild. Thank you.
Time makes me nauseous. Medicine as a whole isn't pink-coded. Nursing has stereotypically been pink-coded, but doctors are stereotypically male. I was only half joking. No, I was actually thinking about that. Like, when I was in school, there was one boy in my class the entirety of school. So, I don't know if that's, like, any nurses in chat. Do you remember nursing school? But I don't know why. I'm in favor of continuing education for all people. I'm so tired of dealing with dumb fucks. Exactly. It just needs to be real. Like, it feels more like the continuing education, they turned it into a money racket, because you guys have seen me do the continuing education on my stream. It's a joke. Like, I haven't practiced for 5 years and I can still fly through those tests and get 100%. Like, it's just to get your money. It doesn't feel like they're actually continuing my education or like teaching me new respiratory therapies. Like, I have to pay to go to a conference in Las Vegas or New Orleans to learn anything new. Again, and that's what I mean. Like, I am in complete support of continuing education. Like, I think people should have to update their fucking driver's license, take another driver's test every, like, 10 years. I don't want to do it, but I think we should, because people are fucking idiots. But the way they've gone about it is wrong. It doesn't feel real to me. Continuing education's general is critical, especially in the field that's always changing. Medicine, right? Exactly. Medicine, police, go drive on the road and tell me all those people absolutely remember driving rules, because I don't believe it. You were the only boy in nursing class, and that's all my classes. There was one boy in our class. And I mean, is there still like a stereotype that men don't want to be nurses for some reason? Because when I was working, I don't feel like that was the case. Like, we definitely had a good split of men and women nurses. Not that gender matters, but just in terms of talking about pink coding shit. Really? I was the only boy in speech language pathology. Interesting. I wonder why. I went to school for IT and there were like 2 girls in every class. No shit. I dated an engineer all through class. There was no girls in his class at all the way through school and graduating. Not one girl in his engineering class. So it is kind of interesting. I wonder why though. I think once you hit 60, 65-ish, you should have done a field driving test, not just a written. 100%. That's what I'm saying. Every 10 years, you should have to do a field driving test. Period. And if you're scared of that field driving test, maybe you need to question whether you should be fucking driving. Like, children cross roads and shit, man. I don't know. Every time I have to leave the house, I'm reminded how many people just fucking don't know how to drive. It is a stereotype, and I just wonder why. Meet the Parents was 20 years ago, and the whole joke, right? A male nurse. I've got nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? There aren't rules as much as guidelines. Yeah, that's a better way to put it. My entire anesthesia team is very 50-50. Yep, I felt that way just in working, but not in school. School, definitely one boy. I was the only girl in my college computer classes while I was still there. Yeah, my ex is not one. But I wonder, I don't know why. I mean, I don't want to be a computer science major, but I know females who are computer science majors and shit and engineers now. I had to verbally head smack a few of the graduating seniors at my work. I don't want to go to college. Okay, so let me argue that with one word, dumbass. What up, Berserker? How are you? The nipple joke must be made. It writes itself. Let's be real. I actually hate that movie. No, it's not a bad movie. I cannot watch movies where the characters just self-sabotage the entire movie in the most idiotic way as possible. My butthole cringes inside out and I never shit again. Like, I just can't do it. I can't stand them. I don't know what that genre of comedy is where the person just... Ben Stiller's in a lot of them for some reason, where it's just like the dumbest, stupidest, most ridiculous fucking self-sabotaging moments that are the plot of the movie. And you're like screaming at the screen because no one would do that. It drives me fucking crazy. There aren't more women in IT because they get run out by awful dude bros. I was wondering if there's I wonder. I mean, we know it's there. I don't want to think that's a general thing, but prove us wrong. That and the amount of bullshit that we have to go through to learn something that we will never ever use. Yeah. I still get a little bitter about all the credits I paid for that were just bullshit, general requirement nonsense because they wanted me to broaden my whatever fucking bullshit, paid to broaden my horizons. Okay. I was the last operation when I got my right elbow fixed, woke up and was the only one in the room. Jesus. The janitor was the only one in there. I think he was the nurse. Oh my God, that's hilarious. You thought he was the nurse. Oh my God. I'm surprised you woke up alone, though. That's a little fucked up. Gilligan's Island set the standard. No one's come close since. I used to watch that show in the mornings as a kid. Oh, fuck. Wait, Very Bad Things. What is that? Why is that familiar? Gatekeeping ass fucks, which is why you don't see many women playing Magic the Gathering or other trading card games. Fuck those shitty... I mean, I love Magic. I secretly played Magic for many years because of that shit. I mean, I've told you guys that. Magic. Gaming. I was a secret gamer for so many years because if a boy found out you played video games, it was like suddenly you were put into a lie detector test to prove you were a real gamer. Same with metal music. Wear a Nine Inch Nails shirt and someone would approach you. Oh, you like Nine Inch Nails? Did you know this fucking obscure power band from Norwegian? Then you don't like metal. Okay. Cool. Deal. Bye. Why the fuck do I... Dude, geometry gave me nightmares. Gave me fucking nightmares. MTG's great, right? Wait, sometimes I run out of fingers counting how many times I had to tell younger coworkers who didn't want to go to college because I didn't. I have 4 semesters of college, and who asked you to use me as an example, not me, be better than me? Yeah. It's such a, I don't regret any of my education, and I wouldn't take back any of it. Like, education is so invaluable. It just fucking sucks how we have to go about getting it. The amount of patronizing I saw women put up with in the IT classes was intense, and that was 20 years ago when my sensitivity for it was really low. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. It was probably terrible. One time I made a whole states tournament wait for me to pee because I was 8 months pregnant with AJ. Good. Oh my God, having to pee with that big of a sack in your stomach? Are you kidding me? I like to joke that it was evidence that at least one person in the room was getting laid. Oh, I love that. Oh my God, Sarah. This was so many years ago, but I was sitting at the table with my mom and my sister, and I was like, Mom, isn't it weird that everyone at the table has been in your vagina? And she did not get it, and I have been so bitter about it ever since. I'm like, that was such a fucking winning joke. Nothing. Nothing. I got nothing. It was great. That was a good one. Thank you. Thank you, Erican. I was so proud. This was so many years ago. It's like the dark harmony about the Las Vegas bachelor party. Oh, fuck. I know exactly the one you're talking about. Yep. Who else is in it? I can see their faces. No, I know exactly the one you're talking about. Yes. Yep. When I woke up from my craniotomy with the breathing tube, was the most uncomfy sensation. Dude, hurts. I mean, no shit. Any RT, I could go so far as to say their worst nightmare is having an ET tube put in. Just the amount of shit I see people go through when I put them in them, I don't want that. I went into IT, I'm male, my brain refuses to accept calculus. I felt like less of a man. That's how society's patriarchy screws with people. God, that's fucking weird. I top 8'd that tournament, by the way. Fuck yes! 8 fucking months pregnant. I mean, technically so did AJ then, right? I saw a tweet from a streamer's wife. They have 2 kids. She said, everyone in this house has sucked on my tits. Same thinking. I bet people laughed at them. My family has no sense of humor. It's so weird, like trying to get anyone in my family to laugh because they just don't get it. Like you say a joke and they just, well, that's a weird thing to say. And you're like, laugh, god damn it. Lol at me for fuck's sake. Jon Favreau. I can say his name if I'm not looking at it. Favreau. It's Favreau, isn't it? Yeah. Yes. See? Thank you, Hertz. It was funny. My stepdad giggled. But that was it. The little pin? Sarah is a fucking rock star if you didn't know that. I would like all of you to know that a bro to the past, aka Sarah, quite literally got bored while in child labor during both of her children's entrances into this world and decided to stop by chat and hang out while she gave birth to her children. Both of them. Fucking superhero is all I have to say about that. My husband's family is like that a bit. They're not amused. For the record, I'm pretty funny. That's I know I'm kind of funny because I definitely can make some people laugh, but my family I cannot make laugh. Like they just look at me like I'm an idiot or something, and I'm like, oh, you don't get it. I gotta stop. I don't know what it is. Maybe that's why I became so sarcastic. Dude, that's what I'm saying. She's not. Sarah's inhuman. She's a superhero. What else was I supposed to do at 4 a.m.? I don't know, give birth? I mean, I'm grateful I was around to hang out because it's the coolest thing that I get to brag that one of my friends had their kids in my channel. But like, no shit. She got her epidural, which if you guys don't know is a giant needle that goes down your spinal column and then basically deadifies everything from the waist down so you can give birth and not want to die. So once the epidural kicks in, she's like, fuck, I just wait now. And literally chilling on mobile in chat. It was awesome. And now her children are like, they wear glasses and they talk and they're like functioning humans. It gets me a lot. They're like, they like grew up and it's so weird. Back when I was the night mother, yes. We still night mother once in a while. It's night somewhere. In Australia, I'm the night mother. You might be an alien. Facts. Also, good morning, Music Man. How are you, love? I more regret stopping my education. I have probably 16 years of practice as a clinical psychologist and sociologist. Instead, I have almost 22 years of sales experience. I get that. I mean, you're probably more sane, though. Maybe. I had an epidural once. I wish the doc had warned me that I would wake up and not be able to feel my legs. They didn't tell you what the epidural was going to do. The fuck? Comedy is subjective, but there are some people who don't get the joke or choose not to laugh and act like you committed a crime. It's people that are, I find it's people that take themselves very, very seriously, tend to be insanely literal people. And so they're not, even looking for a joke in anything you're saying. Like, whereas everything you are saying, I will look for a joke in it. Like we say it all the time, the jokes write themselves. I'm looking to laugh. I want to laugh all the time. If I could laugh all the time, I would. It's the best thing ever. It's the best level of disassociation you can possibly achieve is true belly laughter. And I don't know. It's so hard to get them to fucking laugh. It's like you basically have to fall over and hurt yourself, kind of, to get a laugh out of them. If you ever wondered why the go live messages from Discord call her the Night Mother, that's literally it. I literally used to stream. That's another part of the story of the beginning of streaming, actually. So when I started streaming 8 to 5 in the daytime, and then once I passed my clinicals, I started working, but I was night shift. And so I started streaming night shift just to keep myself like on the same schedule. So I would stream from 8 to 5 a.m., which was crazy. And really weird. I didn't sleep very much those days, but it was a fucking blast. We had a good time. Ouch. My shoulders are so tight. Sanity is overrated, I agree. Oh, maybe that's it. I'd be just as sane, but understand how... that's true. I got a minor in psychology, and I almost went further in it. But the idea of listening to people just bitch all day and constantly being sympathetic to it, I know that's their job and they need to be. I don't think I could do it. Like, at a certain point, I'd just be like, you know what? Fuck it. I get, like, mentally exhausted or something. You knew what that epidural was? My mom had one, but I didn't expect it a lot. Well, yeah, that's shit they should be communicating to you, my God. I'd think my legs were fucking dud. Duds? Dead? Dud. Dead, dud? Dud. Dead. Cheers. Dead is the word. I love the freaks. I'm still very much a night person, but I'm also very much a day person. Like, I'm not a sleep person. Stay up late, wake up early. I don't know. Sleep isn't my mode. Cheers. Dude, if I could grow up hair, I would. Dude, Haldol, though, man. That was my nickname at Hopkins, the human Haldol. Apparently, I have a knack for calming people down. I don't know. I don't think I have magic powers, but there were some people who just couldn't calm down, and I could calm them down. I don't know why. Just talking to them, just being nice. You know what I find a lot of the time? People are very adverse to physical touch for some reason, and as a medical professional in an ICU, I'm all like, we're constantly physically touching. But I found that a lot of people, like, I would watch the nurses and they would just put their hands on the guardrail and be like, calm down, sir. Sir, can you calm? And I would just walk in and hold their hand and ask them nicely to calm down. And suddenly it would work. There's no fault on anyone. I don't know. I just tried something different and it would work. Sometimes I feel like just, obviously not unconsensually, like grabbing someone's hand or something, but if someone's open to you holding their hand when they're in a moment of distress or something like that, a lot of the time physical touch can be a lot more of a, like, visceral communication than just words being screamed at your face when you're in a moment, you know? Just like that comforting, like just a soft hand in your hand reminding you humanity. I see you. I see you. I feel you. You're a human. I'm not just screaming words at your face and expecting you to respond like a fucking dog. And that's no fault on it. Like, some people, in a moment of, you have someone with a gunshot wound or something, you're not necessarily thinking through that. But a lot of nurses would call me in because they'd be like, Katie, they're trying to crawl out of the bed. And I could calm them down. I don't know why. But I noticed that was one thing I did differently. So if you work in the medical field and you find that, maybe try holding someone's hand once in a while. Right, sugar, I very much, like, that was something I really, and to this day, if I worked in medicine, that's something that daily I constantly would fight to keep, was the level of humanity. For everyone. It's really hard. And I know, like, I don't need to explain it to any of you. But when you have, 30 different patients every single night, it can start to feel like a job. And it is a job, but it's also human beings who are going through maybe possibly the worst moment of their whole fucking life. And like, just there were little things that like, and the nurses obviously exact same. Like we learned, we coincided in all these things that we agreed on, but like little things like always knocking on the door before you go into a patient's room. Yeah, I'm going to run in if you're coding or if something's wrong. I'm not going to knock on the door. But if there's no emergency and I'm just doing regular checks, taking the time to knock on the door and be like, hey, it's Katie, your RT. Is it cool if I come in and do an RT check real quick? And just respecting the autonomy of a human and acknowledging that patient room is their personal space while they're here in this hospital. And yeah, I have rights to all your holes and I'm going to save your life if you go down. But barring all those things, I'm going to respect who you are. Like, just make sure, like, if you have a patient that's, out, pull their gown down. Don't let their gown crinkle up around their nipples and have their dick flopping out in all their pieces. Like, yeah, they're in a coma and they're out, but it's just maintaining the little bits about us that are human, that keep us, make us different, make us human. Like, the little bits of autonomy in your life, I think really can, I know they greatly, what's the term? They aid in the process of healing and getting the fuck out of the hospital. You feeling like a human and not feeling like a project of mine that I'm poking and prodding all day and like, you know what I mean? Just feeling human, very much. It's that psychological portion of I'm a human, you're a human, I acknowledge you're a human. Even though I'm stabbing you and I'm poking you and I'm cutting you and I'm taking all these pieces and I'm breathing for you, like, I see you. I still see you. Like, you as a person, you're human and I'm here. And I could never not do that. And sometimes I wonder if that's what made the job harder for me. Because there's some people who are RTs for their entire life and they never feel a thing. And I think they turn their humanity off. I don't know how they do it. And sometimes I wonder, because I strive to hold that part of me so close and not lose it, it made it harder. Because I never like turned off. Like, I felt everything. Like, everything I experienced and all the deaths and everything. I felt it. I cried with families, and held their hands and we hugged and stuff. Like, it was terrible. But I couldn't imagine doing it any other way. I couldn't. I don't think I could do it. Cheers to all you that stay in that shit. And cheers to you who support me here so I don't have to do that anymore. Good morning, Molly love. Have a good bike ride safe. Viata, I've never been told that, because obviously most of my patients are in such a state, they're not exactly conversational, but I try to put myself in that place. Always. I would always put myself in the place of that human being, and I've told you guys about that, like if I had patients who were in a medically induced coma or otherwise. If you're on a ventilator, chances are we're going to have you on a lot of drugs because we don't want you to pull your tube out. And even if they look unconscious, they look brain dead, they're drooling out their eyes, I always talk to my patients. Every fucking word. Everything I say to someone awake and responding, I say to my patients that are asleep. Because strictly, I envision myself in that position. And imagine you were locked in and no one acknowledged you. And people are just coming in out of your room, poking you, pulling shit out of your penis, sticking them up your butt, wiping you down, rolling you around, and you can't respond and you can't tell them no, and no one will fucking acknowledge you. I would go insane. Insane. Though that is not okay. Ever. And I always put myself in that position in any pain. And I'm like, what would make me feel better right now? Because there's some situations where nothing's going to make you feel better. Like you've had a leg cut off in a car accident or something, you know what I mean? But like, I'm going to do everything in my power to make you in any way alleviate this, because it's just not okay. I don't know, man. It's such a hard place to be in, and it was a hard job, and I commend anyone who sticks in that. Hertz, you generous fuck. Thank you so much for gifting 5 subs in the chat. I appreciate you. Hertzlot just gifted 5 subs to Got Beat On. Fuck yeah. Milo444, Infinite Access, Silver Rocka, and Power Slop. Your all butt was just the highest order. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways, and I fucking appreciate you. Thank you. Sorry I went on a rant. That stuff's so important, though, and if you're going into medicine or you are thinking about going into medicine, please take everything I say and write it down and keep it forever. Because I feel a lot of people lose that working in it too long. You get a little dead inside, and it's not okay. I see you, little person inside the meat mecha. I see you pulling levers, flipping switches. I will save your meat mecha, but also see you, tiny pilot. Exactly. That's literally, honestly, yes. It's exactly, yeah. I think of this as like, I'm not a body. I'm the soul just riding the meat sack. And I try to like, communicate that to people, whether verbal or otherwise. Like, I see you as people. You're not a project. You're not just a thing on my chart that I'm checking off. You are human, period. And that's so important. And I don't think a lot of people, and granted, circumstances like hospitals are overrun, overworked, understaffed, blah, 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 but none of it excuses any of it. You still have to take your time and treat every single person like a fucking human. There have been way too many personal accounts of people reporting they could hear things said in the room with them while they were in a coma, and not one person spoke to them. How fucking shameful. I mean, honestly, I don't know how you walk in a person's room and not acknowledge that person, regardless of their state. I don't know how you fucking do that. It's just a human courtesy. Hi, I'm Katie. I'm your RT today. Okay, hun, I'm gonna roll you over now. Oop, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna put a mask on. We're gonna do a little breathing treatment. Don't worry, it's just 5 minutes of mist. Like, it's so fucking easy to just talk through something. You don't need acknowledgement. It doesn't mean they're not there. And it's just the amount of people who don't take that to heart, fucking foul. I don't know anyone personally that does that, by the way. Ever. Thank you. You set me off on the rant. Our last doctor who was here was there helping push out our third baby. Our baby coded for a bit. Oh my God. And as shit is going down and she's cleaning up with the crew, making sure the baby's okay, behind her looks at Iz and says, I did my job. This isn't my fault. I'm sorry, I blacked out. Did you say there was someone in the birthing room who deserved to be punched in the throat a couple times? Something odious? Something along the... Just a quick, like, right to the good old Adam's apple? That, again, this is something that very personal to me, as I worked in a fucking birthing center for many years, and I personally caught babies for like 4 years of my life. I was the only person in this hospital touching newborns. Are you fucking kidding me? Get out. You don't deserve to be in medicine, period. That person needs to work in a drive-thru somewhere. I don't give a fuck. They don't need to be involved with human life, period. If you're capable of saying that out loud in terms of a newborn baby, you're soulless. Are you fucking with me? I mean, fuck. I'm not kidding you. When a baby starts to go down, the janitor in the hall is crying. Everybody's involved. Everybody in a 30-meter radius feels that. That's what? I did my... Right in the fucking mouth! I'm so happy your baby's okay, but are you fucking... That is... If I worked with someone like that, I'd be fired for punching them. That's disgusting. Or slapping my hand over their mouth, my mouth over their hand, my hand over their mouth. That's fucking disgusting. That makes me so angry. Everyone has intrusive thoughts. Everyone. None of us can deny it. We all have intrusive thoughts in our head. Panic thoughts. There is a big moment of decision between when it comes out of your fucking mouth. Get over yourself. Wow. They shouldn't be in a baby center, period. And I'm not just saying that to be dramatic. That person shouldn't work in healthcare. I did my job. No. Your job is to save said baby. Period. What? What up, BDO? How are you, love? Yeah, had have taken the diploma off the wall and fucking beaten him with it, yeah. Same. I would have been fired. That's so inappropriate. Same. Music Man, I mean, I completely, and that's no fault on yours, Odious, being in the state of mind of, I mean, not only, like, you're having a newborn baby be born, but something like that going down, like, holy fucking shit. How nauseatingly traumatic that must have been for you alone, let alone being cursed with such a cursed waste of oxygen as that healthcare worker that could even mutter such a thing in the presence of your precious newborn baby. I, on behalf of the medical world, would like to apologize for that human's existence. Abso-fucking-lutely not. And left with that horrible memory. I mean, yeah, all of it, the whole situation, not okay. I would have thrown hands. I mean, how could you? How fucking could you? How do you sleep at night? That's disgusting. I've never seen so many people crash in a hospital room so fast. It was absolutely something. Dude, odious. I mean, I'm sure you'd say the same if I had a similar story. I've never had an intrusive thought like that. I'm going to be completely honest. Never in my life have I had an intrusive thought like, well, I did my job. Ever? My intrusive thoughts are like, what more can I do? Could I have done more? Oh my God, the baby. Oh my God, the baby. Like, mine are like, never. I think humans don't have that. I don't think that person was human. You might have got a fucking droid. Wand. Thank you so much for some of the class. Keeping the class alive and giving any swings. Don't forget your motherfucking Prime subs, my dudes. Bezos makes billions of dollars and does nothing for the world. Please take his money. I appreciate you. Yeah, that is just... odious. If I could slap that person today, I would. I don't even know how old your third kid is. I would. I would fucking hit them. I would report them. I mean, like I said, I mean, even in medicine, we're all human. That being said, in medicine, there is no error. There is no error room. We do not give space for error. That doesn't exist. I've reported one person in my entire career because I take it very, I mean, when you get reported, it's very serious. OSHA comes down on you and starts investigating you. You get marks on your license that are very big. It's a very big deal, and I've done it once. And I would do it on that person just for that comment, because that comment to me indicates a way of thinking that should be at least 30 miles away from schools, churches, and hospitals of any fucking kind. And maybe on a fucking registry. Yuck. I'm just glad you guys are okay. Shit's fucked. That's so fucked. I'm like gripping my chair for dear life. That makes me fucking angry. I can't imagine. I mean, it's just... I've never seen something so... I've never witnessed it in person. I've never witnessed anything so heartless and just... inhuman. It feels very inhuman. Like, I don't have kids, and I still would jump in front of any car for any child I saw that was going to get hit. You know, I feel like the humans with souls and fucking empathy, we talk about this all the time, but we have the instinct that we will do everything in our power to help the weak, those that cannot help themselves. You don't even think about it first. And let alone think, oh, I did my job. With a baby! Ah! What? A fury in my soul for you. That is fucking foul. That one report would cost them their job and their future, and some of these MFers need to rethink their future. I agree. And it sucks. It sucks. I never want anyone to have their career and their livelihood stripped from them. But if your career is medicine and that's you, it's not for you. Time to go. Time for you to go. Bye-bye. Same. Sugar, I'd do it for any dog. If I saw a dog about to get hit, I'd run in front of it. It wouldn't even be a thought. An elderly person. I mean, and I'm using the car as a very, like, figurative thing. Like, any instance, I feel like that's just human instinct. We have that weird core feral sense to protect the weak. Protect people that cannot protect themselves, and you don't think about it. It's not like, well, that's not my kid, so I don't have to protect them from the creepy car gonna hit them or the what. No one would say that. No one. Can you imagine being at the playground, all the moms sitting on the bench like, that's not my kid running into traffic, fuck it. What? That person goes to jail. That person goes to jail. Seriously, like, that is unstable. That's not okay. That's crazy talk. Who the fuck? No one would do that. No human. Oh, the time I had an epidural that was a oh man, I'm so bad at saying this word, but I know what the cyst is. Palinidal. It's the one on your spine, right? Like on your sacral spine. The doc left a suture in, and it's still there's his. It's dude. I had a dissolvable stitch in my chin for years from the horse accident. It's so weird. Sometimes they dissolve and sometimes they don't. You can go in and they'll just like cut it out. It's almost like a piercing at this point. They can honestly just snip the stitch and pull it out, and it'll close. But I had the same thing in my face for years. Yeah, well, I did my job. Oh, did ya? Did ya? Did ya though? But also, like, bitch, no one in this room is thinking about you whatsoever. All thoughts are on the baby. Thank you, Mike. That's literally what it comes down to. The fact that we have a baby in trouble, a mom who's just given birth, and your first thoughts are your own skin. So much so it comes out your mouth. Get out. If the doctor would have heard that, they would have fucking told him to leave. I guarantee it. They would have they said doctors get to choose who's in that room with them. And if they don't like you, they will straight up say, get the fuck out of my room. They don't want you there if they don't trust you. They would, that's just anger. Yeah, is being an asshole piece of fucking shit, waste of air, scum between my toes, part of your fucking job description? Love, Darla. How do those people, you gotta wonder how they even it's hard to get into medicine. Like, you gotta go through a lot of school. There's a lot of chances for you to back out, and they go all the way. You gotta wonder what the fuck. Like, like, what the fuck are they doing? It's really hard to get into medical, and it pays for shit. What are you doing? There's no benefit for you. Like, what are you doing? What are priorities? Are they edibles? Priorities are cheers. Cheers for the wonderful medical staff in the world who is still human and strives to remain so, even though it might be at their own behest because it crushes their soul, like Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god, Wand, you want to know what's crazy? Wanda Vorka said, I like my job. I get to tell people they're idiots to their face and get paid for it. No shit. I couldn't do any. If you came into the hospital with end stage, like exacerbated COPD, stage 4 lung cancer, confirmed caused by cigarettes, I could not suggest smoking cessation unless you asked. I could get fired, sued, and have my license stripped for suggesting it. Ever. Preventative medicine is discouraged in hospitals, and that is fucked up, in my humble opinion. Like, it's crazy. Like, my mom did it because she was the manager at the time, but she organized an after work program where RTs actually volunteered to do education. So we would stay after work, and like end stage COPDers and stuff, anybody that wanted, patients basically, would come to these meetings, and we called it the Better Breathers Club. And we taught people how to breathe with COPD, how to, exercise, stuff like that, because we weren't allowed to do it in the hospital. Like, what? I don't know what to do. Like, what am I supposed to do? I can't tell you how to prevent what keeps you from coming into my ER constantly. What the fuck do I do? I don't know. It's such a weird wall you end up against. It's almost like I have to trick patients into asking me about smoking cessation. Like, you do their medical history or whatever, and like, do you smoke? How many packs a day? Oh, wow. What kind? Oh, yeah, I used to smoke. I used to fuck around. You have to like get into a conversation with them, and then they'll be like, yeah, I've kind of been thinking about quitting. And that's when you can jump on them and be like, really? But before that, I can't fucking say a thing. Ever. And it's so weird. It's like discouraged education. I would never pressure anyone. I just want people to know there are resources. That's it. A lot of people don't know the resources out there. Like, it's not just gum. A lot of people are like, it's just nicotine gum. There's so many things out there you can do, if you so want. I ain't here to push anybody. Everybody needs a sin. I firmly believe it keeps you sane. Just remember, kids, the nurse who you screamed at for some minor issues probably wondering if they should just hand in their name badge. They don't need you to tell them that they should, dude. What's sad is the ones like that one in the birthing center that said, I did my job, probably doesn't think that way, and that's scary. Erican, they won't say that, but that's exactly what it feels like. It feels like, you know, a heart surgery makes the hospital a lot more money than preventing heart disease with education. That's what it feels like. I'm not saying that's what's happening. Allegedly, maybe. It's in my opinion. I don't know. But in my opinion, it sure feels like it. Who the fuck am I? I'm just some bitch on the internet. The number of charts I see of like bronchoscopes, and there's a note that says they're a current smoker, it drives me insane. Yeah. And we can't do anything. I can't do a thing. And it's I literally, once a patient, says, oh, I've been thinking about quitting, and I can start, saying we have a Better Breathers Club. We have this, we have that. Like, we have all these resources if you so wish. They light up 9 times out of 10, like, oh, I had no idea the hospital had these free resources and clubs I could go to. Because we're not allowed to advertise them unless you ask. It's so fucked. Like, I would never push someone to do anything. You can't get someone to quit something if they don't want to quit. That's pointless, and you're just going to end up making that person never come back to the hospital, and they're going to end up even more sick. It's just presenting the material and being like, it's there if you want it, and I'm there if you want to hang out. That's it. There's no money in a cure. Isn't that fucked up? There isn't, BDO, and it's just like, what the fuck, what is healthcare? It's not healthcare, it's Band-Aid care, or what the fuck ever. Oh, Erican, damn it. Light up like a cherry, let me tell you. Oh, wait, a new game called Little Kitty Big City? Shut the fuck up. That sounds adorable. Oh, Steam's updating. Stray is one of the best games I've ever played in my entire life. Ever. That game was so beautiful and cute at the same time. I know. Oh my God. So yesterday morning, the reason it took Sarah. So thank you guys for being so kind and awesome with my little sister and her man friend yesterday. They had a blast. Like, her man friend's definitely very familiar with Twitch, so he was a little like super excited to hang out and be on screen and stuff. So thank you for being awesome with them. It was super fun. Like, I think, and he seriously really wanted to play Hades, so that was awesome. But it took Sarah like 20 minutes to go live because she couldn't figure out my IEMs. Like, she'd never worn IEMs before. And I'm like, oh yeah, they go around the back of your ear and they just sit. And I was telling her the same shit I've talked about here. Like, it's really weird getting used to IEMs because at first you don't feel anything. Like, you kind of have to get used to feeling nothing. They dangle off your ear and just kind of sit there. There's no, like, I don't know how to explain that. And she could not take it. So she took them off, and I went and got these cans, and she ended up stepping on them. And she didn't break the IEMs. They are almost indestructible, I'm pretty sure, because I've stepped on them too. But one of the rubber tips, like, came off and is missing. I can't find the rubber tip anywhere. So I'm wearing the cans and praying. We love IEMs. I stand IEMs all day. These sound phenomenal. I just get migraines. For anyone wondering, there's nothing wrong with these beautiful cans. They are hot, pure sex. I just get migraines really bad from headphones sometimes. I know. I just have to get some. I have the little box of rubber tips. I just didn't have time to look for them this morning. I was trying to get them off in the Jeep. But it literally, those ones that BDO got me, they come with like a pack of like 20 sets or something. It was crazy. Not 20 sets, like 10 different sets of different sizes and 2 different styles of like the inner ear part that you can change out. They're really nice. And I have that little baggie somewhere. I don't know where the fuck it is. Here's the difference between healthcare and cybersecurity. Healthcare, you have to care about feelings. Cybersecurity only cares about money, so it's a no BS zone. You know what's really sad? That's what medicine's turning into. It's really gross. I hate when I lose my tip. Wait, your tip just falls off? No, BDO. The IEMs are absolutely fine. The IEMs are good. It's just the little, I want to say latex. It's not latex. Is it silicone? Silicone. The silicone, like, tip came off and it's lost somewhere in here. But I had, like, those, they came with a sack of them, didn't they? I've got them somewhere. I just have to find the little sack. I just didn't have time this morning. I didn't realize the little rubber tip had come off until this morning, so I have the dogs might have eaten it, to be honest, because it tastes like an ear. Those are the IEMs, by the way, if you're wondering what I'm talking about. They are like $20 or something like that, and quite nice quality. And my other IEMs are $600, and they're on par. They're phenomenal. They sound really good, and they're super fucking comfortable. And like I said, if you're like me and you have a not average inner ear, I can't wear AirPods. I have really small, like, inner ear parts. They come with all the different size little silicone inner ear part. So you can put on the tiniest one possible that just sits in there and doesn't, like, fucking kill your ears. Because it feels like whatever I put in my ear, if it's a hard earbud like the AirPods or something, feels like it's, like, pushing the bones of my ear. And, within 15 minutes, I'll just start to get this weird inner ear ache from them. I don't know. But I love the little silicone sets. Yeah, they have 6 sets of different sizes. I know where they're in. I have, like, this caddy nailed to my wall here with probably 50 little drawers in it where I keep everything. They're in that. I just have to pull them out. They're in there somewhere. You have the same thing. Yep, the tiny inner ears syndrome. It's so annoying. And I swear, how many people have told you, no, I have small ears too and I love earbuds. AirPods or whatever the fuck they're called. If you love AirPods, you don't have a tiny ear. Stop fucking lying to yourself. Shh. Stop it. If they feel nice, your ear's not that small. Get out. Dude, the shocks. My shocks are literally hanging up behind me right there, charging. Right there. That blue glow is my shocks. The shocks are the shit. I love them. I wish I could get Bluetooth to work with this fucking PC. They fell out, really? That means you have a bigger inner ear. You're like the opposite size. Yeah. They're so amazing. My dudes, I'm not sponsored or anything. But these little fucks are the best thing I've ever had. I don't know how to explain how amazing these are. Aren't these amazing? Don't they sound good? It's not a caveat, but the weirdest part is just getting used to the fact that nothing's in your ear and you can still hear it. Like, that's a weird... It's almost like getting over the light IEMs. Oh, no shit. The Openware and Air Pro are great. Your brother, seriously, Stajan bought me these ages ago, and I love them. If you guys don't know what bone conducting is, it's so weird, but no shit. They sit on your head like this, and it sits right there, and literally vibrates sound into your head. I don't know, but it's magic, and it keeps your ear open so you can still hear everything. They're so, and you just don't feel them. Like, they're pretty fucking big. They just sit there. They're everything. Dude, Odious, when you see them on sale, fucking get some. They're the only, and I still don't know. I don't know if they're like, I don't know if they're waterproof or water resistant or whatever. The only downside is I forget they're on, and I've almost jumped in the shower with these on a few times. Like, they're so light. The only reason I realize they're on is I take the bun out and my hair falls on them and I'm like, oh, fuck. But I haven't actually gotten into the shower wearing them. I don't know if they would survive. But I've accidentally almost gotten there because they're just so lightweight you don't even realize anything's on there. But yeah, those and those Emmys are probably my favorite headphones. These are the best sounding in the whole world. Obviously, they're like $1,200 or something, but migraines. No shit, Sarah. Those IEMs, the Emmys are fucking phenomenal, and they're literally like $20. It's crazy. They're perfecting the science to where you don't need $600 IEMs anymore, and they're so lightweight. Like I said, the weirdest part about them is it feels like you're wearing nothing. Like, you probably notice it while I'm streaming. I go to push them in, but they're in. They're not falling out of my ears. The sensation that nothing's there, and I try to go put them in, like pushing your glasses up. It's like this weird, I'm not thinking about it thing I do. Even when my glasses aren't on, I'll pet my nose to push my glasses up. It's a problem. Also, I should wear those. But you know how you just do that? You don't even think about it? It's the same habit. It's bizarre. Not sponsored by either products, just being a good friend. Like, these are just good products that are super inexpensive. I have these are, If you know headphones and audiophile shit, Focals are ridiculously expensive. They're name brand shit. I was in a moment of desperation where I was buying headphones like every week trying to stream and not get migraines before I discovered IEMs, and it was like, oh my god, I can listen to my music and hear it well and not crush my skull. Mind fucking blown. They're amazing though. I stand by them hard. Are they water resistant? Good. So they'd probably survive for a second in the shower, but once you realize they were in and you ripped them the fuck out of your head. Your ex destroys things? Well, that's a good quality then. They didn't get destroyed? No shit. BDO says he's a wired pair and a Bluetooth pair. Again, not sponsored. But I mean, I think we're all trying to find shit that's more inexpensive. None of us want to be shelling out tons of money on shit like that. We just want to hear our music well. No shit. I got him randomly in a drop blue box. Dude, lucky. How bizarre. Wait, what's bizarre? Oh, from like this side, like this one? Or do you do this? My sister. That's my sister's tick. Isn't that weird? They don't even slide down. Rarely, I guess. But we all have like that. Mine's my nose for sure. I think it's because I just have a really steep, straight nose. So nothing. I have no nose bridge for glasses to sit on. So if glasses are going to stay on my face, they basically have to pinch. And I hate that. So they just fall. No matter what, my glasses fall down my face. No. Oh my God. Both the dogs are sick. So I told them maybe we should skip today. With Robert and the pups. Yeah. Trick has had fucking bubble guts all morning. Like the yipey ones where if I touch his belly, he was like, yipe. And he's had the shits. And I don't know why. I don't know if they got into something, but I don't want them to spread it to poor little Zelda. So we're going to try another day. Oh, cheers, dude. Cheers, Najeel. Cheers, Cinemus. Good morning. Good morning, David. How are you? I still chew my lip like I still have my lip ring in, but it's been out for years now. Isn't that weird? Yeah, I still go to sometimes take my earrings out, but I've had gauges since I was 16. But at nighttime, sometimes I'll be like, oh. Muscle memory. Dude, Viata was just saying the other day, Viata, how long has it been since you smoked cigarettes? It's been many, many, many years. And she was just saying the other day, every once in a while, she catches herself reaching for a pack on her desk that hasn't been there in like 6 years. Like, muscle memory is weird. What we do, I think I would still go to rotate my nose ring if I ever took it out. I've had this since I was 13, so I have no idea what it's like to not have it. But if I'm so used to just every once in a while, I just do a rotate to make sure that the clasp is on the inside. I think I'd still do it. 10 years. It's been 10 years, and every once in a while, current to this day, she will find herself reaching for a pack that's not there. Just out of fucking weird habit. It's muscle memory is so weird. It's fascinating. Cheers. I gotta repack my bowl. My bowl is like jammed up for some reason. Dude, Glacier Center, funny story though, concerning you. My little sister found a stack of photos I have in our spare bedroom that I'm framing currently. And one of them is you and me from TwitchCon. I want to say 216. No shit. She's an old bitch, man. And my sister pulls it out and she's like, who is this? I'm like, oh, that's Glacial. And she's like, I'm like, oh, that's a weird thing to just say out loud. And I just screamed it at her instead. I was like, that's Glacial Cinder! And she just didn't look at me after that, so. I didn't know how else to communicate. It was perfection. No, it was a perfect response. I didn't know what else I was like, I don't know how to. That's my friend. I don't know what else to do. Yep, this is what Viata said about the smokes. I used to keep them keep them on my mouse side of the desk. I had something sitting there that was vaguely pack shaped, and I tried to reach for a cig twice before I moved it. God, that's so weird and interesting and it's just fascinating to me. Brains are weird, because 10 years. Come now. Cheers. Me too, sugar. Sometimes I wonder, like, there's nothing they can get into other than if they mystically figured out how to open up our trash can and got into that, but there's no trash anywhere. I think they get bubble guts when they get excited from company. Like, you know what I'm saying? Seriously, like, I like just the excitement of having two other people in the house and constantly there's always someone up and moving around. I think just the excitement of them might have made them sick, but I don't know. And I would feel really bad if Zelda went home with the bubble guts because they all lick each other's faces. Dude, Badash, I mean, I could if you find some that you're curious about, chances are I know about them. I don't know. I've heard this is an ADHD thing. I don't want to say everything's a fucking neurodivergent thing, but I know everyone doesn't do this. But when I like for instance, when I started getting headaches when I first started streaming, there's a hair on my mouth, I'm going crazy. I was like, all right, I'm gonna learn all about headphones there is to know, and I'm gonna find the perfect pair of headphones to wear because I don't want to have a migraine every day. So I went into like I go into months of just like watching every single YouTube video on headphones in the world, reading every blog, following podcasts about headphones, and then I learned everything there is to learn. And then I'd like back out, and then I literally have a wall of headphones. I think I've shown it to you guys before. It has a sign that says the morgue, and it's just a wall of maybe a quarter of all the headsets between Zach and I that I have gone through trying to find a headset that doesn't make my head die. And it's not all the time, but it's enough that it was just like I was getting scared of streaming, of putting headphones on. Like I was getting like tentative of like scared of them. These ones, and these are in terms of like if I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit for headphones, the two I would risk it for in terms of like they're the least likely to cause a migraine or something are these, or these guys are my second favorite. These are the Sony. Oh God, what are you? These ones. Do you guys know what these are? They're way more inexpensive, but they're still a really nice pair. They're the Sony something something. What are you? God, it's been so long. Do you guys know what model this is? Any headphone people out there? I don't remember. It's the Sony something somethings, but they're so lightweight. They almost weigh nothing. They're crazy. These are really nice for travel or whatever. If you're blessed with a headphone jack still. Oh, I think it's the XM4. I think it's 4 sounds familiar, but they probably look identical, right? There's got to be a model number in there. I was trying to look. It is. It's the XM4. Shut the fuck up. Good eye, BDO. Thank you. Yeah, they're comfy though, right? I think they look identical because I think Zach has the MX3s or something, and that's why I got them. But they're so light, and the cans are a really good size. They're not on ear, they're over ear. And I don't remember what these cost though. But do you know what these ones cost about, BDO? It's been a bit. I mean, they probably have a newer model by now. Honestly. $240. Yeah, so $240 versus these ones are the Celestes are probably on sale because I've had these for a few years now. I have no idea what these cost anymore. But when I first bought them, I think these were like $8.99 or something like that. Disgusting. Again, I was so desperate. I was living in migraines. I didn't know what else to do. This was the last headset I bought before I was like, fuck headsets. I can't do this anymore. It was insane. But these two are pretty nice. Oh, no shit. The newest ones, the XM5s are $350. There you go. And from what I can tell between the X3s and the X4s, there's literally no difference. When I put Zach's on versus these ones, they feel exactly the same on your head. They feel just like the ones Zach wears daily. What does he wear? Oh God, I just blanked on the brand. What is the headphones he wears every day? I'm just, are they Audio Technica? No. Oh my God, it's on the tip of my ass. They feel just like those though. They're like the exact same can size and lightness factor. They're so fucking lightweight. Oh, Missile. Well, there's like, yeah, once you get into high-end cans, it's crazy. It's crazy. There's no I mean, how do you put this? The money is for features that wouldn't make sense to anybody that wasn't a fucking weird audiophile person. They're all senseless. Like, it's talking about, like, the stage and where on the stage you feel like you're standing while you're wearing the headphones and blah, 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 blah. Like, it's all this shit. Again, I was so desperate. I had tried so many different headphones that I didn't know what to do. I was literally ending stream almost every day with a horrible headache. Horrible. And it's just because every can sits right on top of your head and any of that weight, which is why I say these or if you want a Bluetooth pair, the HyperX Cloud Blob, whatever model is now the Bluetooth one. Those are so lightweight. Oh my God, it's like wearing nothing. Those were great. I can't do Bluetooth on my PC. Well, actually, now that I have a new PC, I might try to do Bluetooth again. It wasn't working for the longest time. I might try though. Exactly. They're audio freaks. You can literally spend easily $8,000 on a set of IEMs, in-ear monitors. Those little guys that you can get for $20 that sound great. You can spend six to eight. I mean, I've seen headphones for 10,000. It's insane how this is nothing. This is like the intro to audiophile, I would say. Focal. Audiophile. Shit. And by audiophile, I mean people that are just obsessive. I got obsessive. I was desperate. I was obsessive. I was in a mode where I was like, I'll do anything. I don't want headaches anymore. Like, I was thinking, like, I'll find the perfect headset. You know what I'm saying? HyperX Clouds are so nice, right? Those were so comfy. I would literally take breaks from stream and shit and walk around my house not even realizing I was still wearing them because they were just so goddamn comfortable. But it does not justify those prices. It's like, I'm trying to compare it. Like, if you think about something that's a hobby of yours and having a nice version of it, because that makes, like, if you love to cook, like you're very much into cooking, you probably have a knife that costs as much as a set of knives I would buy at Target or something. It's similar, like, to you, because you cook all the time, you know what knives feel like. You know what it's like to have nice Japanese steel that is not dull under your hand and what it's like to just slice anything with it. It's similar to that. Like, all headphones work at the end of the day, but this is my Japanese knife. This is my Japanese steel. You know, like if Nine Inch Nails were to drop a new album, I would put these on for the entirety of it. This is where I go. This is like my... Does that make sense? $1 million! Imagine. I've heard SteelSeries are super comfy. I don't think I own any SteelSeries cans, but I have, Shure? SHUR, I think it's a German brand. Those are very comfortable as well. Zach actually has my Shure cans in his office because that's what I wear when I'm in there. If we're doing a game together or something, those are super comfy. If you are looking for a set of cans that's more geared towards audio, like recording, audio, creating music, I should say, my suggestion would be Bear Dynamics. Person Holly. Definitely. Those were easily the most comfortable cans I ever had they are designed for audio recording though, but holy shit. I mean, they literally have like velour like muffs that feel like Satan's pubes on your cheeks. It's amazing. It's amazing. I have to buy a new IM because the frequency mine R is no longer supported because the government now owns the frequency. What the fuck? That feels crazy, though. Right? Cocky, no shit. I spoiled myself and got a Princeton long ago. I got like a $30 Princeton watercolor brush. Never go back. I can't. I physically can't go back. Don't go big until you're ready to never go home again. It's so bad. You just can't go back. It's really hard. Once you've tried, you're just like, fuck. It's like sewing scissors, right? I've shown you guys my big fucking shears, like my Geigers. Is it Geiger? Ganger or whatever. Once you get those, you can't ever use normal scissors again. So like, don't get them until you're prepared. You can't go back. Are they pretty heavy? That's the only problem with these ones. These are fairly heavy. Like, these are fairly heavy cans, but this pad up here is fucking thick, so I can get away with them sometimes. I need deeper ear cups. Every headset presses on the cartilage part of my ears and makes them hurt. Dude, that's just your ears. I've had the exact same problem. No shit, Viata. There was a pair of headphones I tried out. They were V-Moda. I don't even know if V-Moda is a big thing anymore. Do people still talk about V-Moda? I have a couple V-Moda sets on my wall. And one of them, no shit, the can muff itself was so thin that before it was on your head, it was already super thin. And then, you know, it kind of compresses a little bit. My ear, which I have very flat to my head ears, I do not have stick out ears in any way, shape, or form, thank you very much, would absolutely touch the inner can and it would shock me. Like, actually deliver an electric fucking static shock to my inner ear every, like, 15 minutes. So I go on Amazon to look for reviews. I didn't buy them on Amazon. I go to look at reviews, and the reviews are straight up. These cans static shock your inner eardrum regularly. Some cans, they just don't design this thick enough. It's not your ears. Trust me. Like, fucked up. It was so scary. It happened once, and I was like, maybe it's just me. Maybe I made up that feeling in my head. And then it happened again, and I threw the headphones off my head and was like, what the fuck is going on? It was like Guantanamo Bay shit. I didn't know what was going to happen. Is electricity going through my head? Are you stealing my brain? What is happening? I totally get it. No, that's another thing that's nice about these, though. These ear cups are really deep. I don't want my ear to touch any part of the, that's why I don't like on-ear cans. Like on-ear meaning instead of a cup that fully envelops it, it sits on the ear bones. Absolutely. Oh, just doing that made me uncomfortable. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, exactly. Like, bitch, do you like Taylor Swift? 15 minutes later, you like Taylor Swift. That's how they're getting them. They've all got V-modas. Fuck. No shit, Saronlin. I have the 770s and the 880s on my wall. Not to mention, speaking of the pads, you can replace the pads on Bear Dynamics. You can get a new set on Amazon for like $10, $12. It's amazing. So if you're like me and you do a lot of special effects makeup and you get a bunch of fake blood all over one of your cans, you can fucking replace it and it's great. Super easily for very cheap. But yeah, they're literally sex on your head. Bear Dynamics are phenomenal. But I think the only difference between the 770s and the 780s is closed versus open back, right? I believe. And closed and open back is a whole other topic we could go into if you so wish, but it's not that long. It's not that big. I don't think I've had a Mason Pearson. My sewing shears are the same kind of steel as surgical scalpels. The edge retention worth the price. Exactly. Worth the price. It doesn't like pull material or fold material over while you're cutting it. Oh my fucking God. There's something to it. I mean, but again, if it's not something you're doing all the time, you won't even think about getting soup. If you're not getting like true ass cry on the floor, crumple up and wish for death migraines every single day, you too wouldn't look at a $1,200 set of headphones. But you know, when you're desperate, you get desperate. And fucking shit sucks. Yes, you had the same shit, and I know I've seen your ears. By the way, thank you for. I just remembered. I opened your text while I was half asleep last night. Your hair is fucking amazing. Side note, that color blue is a goddamn dream. You don't have stick out ears in any way, shape, or form, though. You have ears like mine that are flat against your head and are barely there. That's why we put gauges in. By the way, congratulations on the zeros. I don't know what mine are. I have no idea what gauge I have. I can't remember the last time I changed them. I mean, I take them out in the shower and clean them, but I don't know. I think I'm a 000. Dude, I don't know. I can't remember the last time I got gauges. These are so nice. They're like those soft, rubbery, just tunnels. So they're really easy to take in and out of the shower and just clean. That I don't have disgusting. And I don't lose them. Which was my butthole used to show all the time. My God. I definitely need my head shocked, but by a professional, right? Not by headphones. You saying that gave me the most visceral memory of people coming into chat and asking what was all over the cushion of your head. Yeah. All day. Katie, there's something on your headset. Katie, there's stuff. Did you know? Oh my God, what? There's blood on my headset? I had no idea. If you're doing any audio recording, make your editor's job not hell and get closed back.
Can we get a hallelujah and a cheers? We have a lot of audio people in chat, actually.
We have audio recording people that make music in chat, and I'm sure their buttholes are tingling for that right now. That's amazing. I love that. Cheers. That's exactly why I stopped. I haven't stretched my ears for years because I think Vissy and I talked about this actually when she was visiting. There's a point of like no return where the gauge turns your ear out. I don't like, you see how mine are still totally flat, but I feel like if I went up one more size, it would turn my earlobe out and that would be a stick out. Like that's the point of no return. It changes your ear. somehow. Whereas this is just my ear. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Vissy and I talked about the exact same thing because hers are slightly bigger than mine. She could get away. I think her, because she has that adorable little baby jaw. She has more space so her ears don't turn out like that. But we were talking about the same thing. It's not a case of like blowing the hole out or anything. It's like, I don't want my earlobe to change. I don't want my earlobe to turn out of my face. My God, why? Cheers. Audio is an interesting dichotomy. The producers spend thousands on audio monitors and headphones. Then once the song is done, you do a sound test on a cell phone and in a car to make sure it sounds good. Because if it sounds like trash in those places, then you wasted your time. I've never thought of that before. So no shit. So audio engineers, that would be like the title, right? So an audio engineer who's into this stuff, they'll probably have a lot of high-tech equipment that's going to make things sound as good as they possibly can, with the full understanding that the rest of the world is listening to them through AirPods. Does that hurt your soul on the inside, audio people? I'm just curious. Like, do you get constipated thinking about these things? Nope, I get it. Wow. That's like painting a mural on a wall with the full realization that people are only going to see an image this big ever. They're going to see a thumbnail on the internet. That's it. That's the effort, I feel like. And like the fucking input. The car test, I wonder why. Is it just the way car stereo, like, this? I don't know. I don't know about car stereo in any way, shape, or form. Speaking is hard. Form? I don't know. I have really nice speakers in my car. I know that, but that's like it. I'm a snob. I used a busted speaker to test on my track. So basically, it's like make a track and then play it on the shittiest thing you possibly can. And if it still sounds decent on the shittiest thing, it will sound good on the best thing. Is that like the theory? I'm repacking my bowl. One moment. It's very resiny. Yuck. We gave up fidelity for portability a long time ago. Oh, yeah. Yes. And now I feel like we chase it for extra money, which is weird. I saw my mini fridge. There's a picture of the remains in Discord. Oh my God, did you do the chisel? I love to do the chisel sometimes. It feels good. It's like cathartic. If you do it right, you get the full satisfaction of knowing your mix sounds sweet. Nice. I don't understand. I've never made music before. I play piano, but that's it. Steamer and a butter knife. That's Reddit worthy, dude. That's fantastic. If it's good on the worst thing you have, then it objectively sounds good. Fuck, that's weird. It must. I would feel so hard wanting to invest in nice equipment. I don't know. I have a picture of me as a very young kid wearing a huge pair of cans in the 80s, and I absolutely hit peak cool at like 2 years old. Yeah, same. I was definitely cool before I knew what cool was. I have seen nothing about Eurovision, but honestly, my little sister's been here, so I've been very busy. And it's Europe, so I'm not really into it. My bong's smoking itself. I thought that was a fuzz. It's smoke. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It is like casting the whitest net, yeah. Dude, my mom has pictures of me, Glacial, where I'm a little kid, like, wearing sunglasses and a cape and, like, my mom's white satin wedding heels. And I just look like a fucking badass. And then I grew up. I just don't know what happened. I was cool. I had fashion sense, you know? Like, no one wears capes anymore. But when I was a kid, I didn't give a fuck. I wore capes. Like, no shit. My mom her thing was she liked to take a picture of us before our first day of school our whole lives. And my first day of school, of preschool, I had a cape. And I think I painted spots on my face like I wanted to be a dog. And I put on these like blue, it's so weird that I remember this. They were bright blue with white polka dot fake press-on nails. And then every finger had a jelly ring on it. If you remember jelly rings, you know what I mean. Every finger had a jelly ring on it. and I had my sunglasses on, and I was like, that was the attitude I was born with, and society killed it. Someone killed it. Because now I'm like, don't look at me. But like, preschool, look at me and my cape and my nails and my rings. I was a fucking pimp, a PIMP, before I knew any of these things. I was so cool. And then it died. I got weird. Probably boobs or something. I don't know. I want a backhand anyone who mic drops any of the equipment I get to work with maybe 3 times a year. Are you the one who has to replace the mesh when it gets dented? No? Then that mic better be clasped in your hand. Oh. People drop that shit? They shouldn't be holding it if they're going to drop it. Man, I just have to say, on that note, no shit. So these are, I let Darren wear these yesterday, and I don't know that kid from Adam. When stream was over, did you guys see him? So fucking gingerly. I drop these, but no one else is allowed to drop these. And I was just like, thank you. I didn't say anything, but in my mind, I was like, you respectful little bitch. I appreciate you. Boy has a respect. He like, you know, it's funny you say that, Rage, because when I moved away from Bellingham for the first time, where I went to college to go to Baltimore, my mom helped me move my house. My mom and my sister, and they both said that my stream setup looked like a porn studio. And I don't know what kind of porn studio looks like this, but like, okay. That's true. I was what would be a version of that, Mishy? Because you're right. Pimp is terrible. They ruin the world. I was a madam. I don't know if that's any better. White cone spookers, Katie? Speakers do the same thing as the car test. Somehow, they also highlight if a mix sounds bad, but they're designed to do standard. I wonder why. Nah, dude, there's nothing. I mean, honestly, you can barely stand behind these chairs because of what horse. Like, I don't know where. I think my family, they're just very technologically special. You know, like 3 monitors is like. And like Sarah last night realized that there was not 1 but 2 PCs right here. And she looked at it and was like, wait, why are there 2 computers? And I was like, well, and she goes, never mind. I was like, yeah, that's probably best. Like, it's just not weird. It's like, it's like it's an understanding, like, she knows the law, shit, I got this, we're good. It's probably best that way. I don't know. Wait, destroyed a $2,000 mic because it wasn't his. I would have put it up his butt. LZT! How are you, love? Thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving any swings. I fucking appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. Why would they add that frame of reference? Ooh. You got me there, bitch. Whoa. I scold my crews all the time. They complain. Oh my god, you sound like my dad. No shit, he says the same thing. They complain about not having stuff, but then when I buy them things, they don't take care of them, so I have to be all, dad, why do I buy you things if you don't take care of them? My dad. No shit, he retired really recently, but the last few years he was managing like construction sites, and I'm sure you deal with the same shit. Like half of his crew is like 18-year-olds coming out of school, and they just don't respect literally anything at all. They don't give a fuck, and they destroy equipment across the board to the point where my dad has to have them sign contracts saying they will replace things they destroy. Because it's like, the company can't do this. What are you doing? Why are you like this? Stop it. I saw behind the scenes the weather house that the Ryan Hall guy works out of. What is that? A weather house? What up, C-Town? I hope you're doing well. 30-plus-year-old men, I don't know what to do about that. Like, nobody's perfect. But by my 30s, I figured out, like, oh my God, if you wash the nice knives right after you use them and put them away, they sure stay sharp and nice a lot longer. Just because I live. You know what I mean? Like, how have you not just figured some shit? I don't know. I feel like I respect things that aren't mine even more. You know what I mean? Like, if it doesn't belong to me, I will treat it much more respectfully than I treat my own shit, and I respect my own shit pretty high because I don't want to replace it. Clean as you go, 100%. Yeah. You just learn that after going through a few good knives. I don't know. Nothing special, just like living life. You figure that shit out, I guess. Right? Man. Do they have previous job experience? Oh, maybe this is like a track record. Because I almost wonder if they're like 30-year-old men and they're starting at a new. But then again, you guys move around constantly. Like my dad was working at new sites all the time under new job sites and shit like that. So that's just weird. I'm just trying to give him some. I'm trying to give him an excuse. I don't know why the fuck I'm doing this. What assholes? Every time they do it, just go over and kick their car. How's it feel, bitch? Schmack. Bad? Schmack, schmack. Worse? Clean up your shit. Whoops. 6 monitors I'd kill. They're youngins, but some of them I have to give them the dad look, and then they get their shit together. At least they do. See, the stories that my dad used to, I remember sitting around the dinner table as a kid and listening to my dad talk about these kids, and he had to fire a lot of guys that he gave years of chances to that were just, special, touched by Jesus. I don't know, their mommies coddle them or something. It's like they could do no wrong. They have, and I don't know if it was they were young. They were like, this was when I was like late 20s ish, when he really started bitching about this shit hard. And he said they were usually like 18-year-olds. So maybe we're just young and dumb when we're 18. But just like this entitlement shit. And like, I deserve forever do-overs because I deserve forever do-overs because I deserve it because I'm me. And it's like there's been it's like my dad is introducing, this is what he felt like at 18 he was introducing the concept of repercussions for your actions to these children, to these children, whatever, 18 19 20-year-olds. Like it was just this like they would look at him with these eyes like, oh my God, what? You mean there's consequences to my actions? This has never happened before. My dad's like, you're not my kid, I'm not here to teach you this. What the fuck is happening? I have no idea. It was so weird. The way, no one's perfect. We're all stupid 18-year-olds. But I feel like 18, you've kind of learned, repercussions-ish. Sarah is here, but she's not here. I sent her and Darren off with my Jeep into the mountains because Darren sounds like he loves to hike. Like, he was telling stories yesterday on stream about him and his dad going up all these crazy volcanoes and shit. And I was like, bitch, do you realize you're in Colorado? Take my Jeep, go down some roads that look like no one else can go down them, and have fun. So I sent them with a bunch of leftover pizza and bagels into the mountains for the day, and I hope they have a good time because it's actually pretty decent weather for once. It's not like rain, snowing, or something. They don't gotta have a dad around, but every guy needs a dad. I feel like having something, I don't know, something like that. Maybe. Touched by Jesus, they're about to be touched by my hand. Touched by my 11 and a half size brood in their ass. Man, you sound like my dad. I'm so sorry. This is going to be forever. This is forever. I have to let you know, my dad's 64. This is forever. It never stops. Ever. Oh no shit, I used to do sound for church back in the day. That's a crazy, an echo chamber like that. That's like a whole different science. That's a sound stage, my God. We had to set up and break down in the same day. Damn. and then make it sound the same and good again by resetting it up completely in a high school. No. See, echo chamber, I can't. Audio is baffling to me. Like I still like I learned just enough to get by, and then it goes away, and I'm like, oh, just work. I don't know. I just need you to sound normal, please. Please make it so when people meet me in real life, they're not like, why is your voice so different? Because I don't want to deal with that, please. Dude. Pockets. You know what's crazy to me? I've seen that lately, and the fact that websites even deign so far as to have an option. I've seen it where it's like, do you want the leggings with pockets or without? Who the fuck is out there like, yeah, gimme no pockets? Like the leggings are identical, and they'll give you this option. I've seen it in so many websites where like, do you want pockets or no? What the fuck? Who's choosing those? Why are you doing this? Stop it. Stop supporting these blasphemous ideas that we don't want pockets. Can you not? Please? Stop it. Go buy men's leggings with no pockets. Fuck them over instead. Thank you so much. Did you tell them the gas gauge reads a quarter tank more than it really has? Oh my God, should I? Should I text her that? She would flip because there's no gas up there. There's one gas station on your way into the mountains, and that's it. And once you're in the mountains, you got shit. Or you got fuck all, man. She would probably have a heart attack. I'm a supervisor. I knew this day would come. It's forever. I mean, no shit. I feel like my whole life, my dad was talking about like the same generation of these kids coming through and just fucking up everything. Cinder's dad confirmed every time I get spicy on Twitter, he catches me. I mean, is that caring though? No shit. You just had to learn how to readjust. It's like being the most adaptable thing ever. I learned how to roll cables real well. Yeah. I could throw a roll of mic cord out and have it unravel, no tangles. You're a wizard, Harry. That's a witchcraft. I still can't figure that out. Do you lube them? I feel like they've even made cords more like sticky, like not sticky, but what's the word? They've got more traction to them these days. So now if they get tangled, you can't even do the angry pull apart because they just on each other. Like, why did you do that? Why can't we make them slippy so I can do the angry like and get it undone, please? Find an enabler dad. I'm the enabler dad vibe. Someone gets spicy and I'm like, good job, honey. You look great. Go slay. Get it. That was my stepdad. I think probably because by the time he was done with work every day, he was done parenting all of the children employees he had. That by the time he came home, if we were in trouble with mom, my mom would be like, do you know what your daughter did today? And he'd come into the basement and be like, have a beer in his hand, leaning in my doorway like, sorry, kid, we all fuck up sometimes. Your mom's pretty fucking pissed off. You better stay down here for a bit. Maybe like clean something. All right. And that'd be it. Like, he was the chillest fuck. Like, he wasn't like, maybe not enabling, but like, run from your mother. But that was 1000% my stepdad. And just picture that with like big ears and a mullet and some missing teeths. No fear of that guy. He was definitely the more understanding one. But my dad definitely fucked up a lot when he was a kid. Like, he used to deal drugs and shit in high school. So he has more of like a understanding bone, I think. More of like a understanding, maybe not. Because it's not like he wasn't pissed at us. He just didn't. Like, my mom would turn purple and be like, I'm so disappointed. I've never been so. And my dad, like, just wasn't. She was so dramatic. It was crazy. And you just be like, are you going to kill me? Is it happening? It's so scary. Is there a dad class that just taught that, like, don't worry, kid, I'll be here if your mom comes down with a knife, but also stay the fuck out of her way? Did we all have that dad? I don't know if my real dad would have been that way, but my stepdad's hard that way. Yeah. Like, he has a shop for a reason. Not connected to the house, if you know what I'm saying. Like, he has a place to go. Oh, we were trouble. And to be fair, I was the second youngest. So by the time they got to me, I mean, they were just done. I think they were done. They were so tired. I can't even fathom. Like, I mean, at one point you'd think there'd be some self-reflection, but other than that, you know what I mean? Like, I can't even imagine. Shit's like that's a lot. That's a lot of energy. Like, it's his fucking sanctuary, absolutely. He has like a full bodysuit, bunny suit, like Carhartt. Not a bunny suit, but it looks like the bunny suit, but it's a Carhartt suit that zips up all the way and has a hood on it, and that's what he wears in the wintertime, so he never has to come inside and never gets cold. And he has a mini fridge out there. He just like that's his fucking special place. And I get it. Because, damn, woman can be wild. Missing teats? That's going to be my band name. Whenever my nephew fucks up and I talk to him, he ends up crying? Oh, damn. Not because I yell at him, but because if I talk to him, I'm disappointed. Yeah, I get that. That sucks. You can't, some people can't help it. I mean, I'm one of those, like, there are some moments I seriously have not been able to control crying. And I've been almost borderline laughing while I'm crying, like telling someone, like, please don't freak out. I can't control it. It's just happening. I don't know. Maybe it's a Pisces. I seriously, like, it's the most embarrassing thing. I literally can't control it sometimes. And I just fucking, my visceral core, like, breaks in half and I cannot stop sobbing and snotting. I don't know. And it can be to something stupid, like an Instagram video or something. A puppy. Yep, you are invited in the shop. We absolutely were allowed to go in the shop if invited. But I would not fucking, I mean, it was locked. My dad locked that shop. We did not have access to the shop if he wasn't home. Because, I mean, it was thousands of dollars. Definitely tens of thousands of dollars of equipment in there. You know, he has, like, an air compressor bigger than me. He's got, the shop is bigger than the house. And then within the shop, he has, like, a little like building within a building that's where you can do airbrushing, painting. You can like, it's big enough to roll a car into this building within the building so you can airbrush, paint and stuff like that. And it's got like a special filtration system that filters the fumes and shit out so it doesn't fill up the entire shop or whatever. Like, this shit is so decked out. It's incredible. It's everyone's wet dream of a shop. It's fucking amazing. And I completely understand why he didn't let us in there, because we would have broken some shit. Absolutely. Like, we were dumb fucking kids, man. Oh, super dad vibes. Yep. And it says like Larson shop or something on the side. Like, he has that, you know, the wrought iron like letter sign that someone laser cut out of wrought iron that says like Larson's shop or something. Like, yeah, it's 2 stories now. Like, he built it and then built a second story into it that has stairs that go up to it, like a grand fucking staircase. It's amazing. Like, his shop is truly impressive. He loves to show it to people. So anytime I go home, he has to show it to Zach, even though Zach's seen it. Like, he has to go show it again. He's so proud of it, and I get it. It's the walls. If you've ever seen Julia Child's kitchen, the way that she had like her husband did the pegboard, and then each pan had like an outlined spot, and that's exactly the walls of this 2-story shop are like that. For like just everything you can imagine. It's insane. I couldn't even recognize half the tools in there if I wanted to. It's fucking wild. Like, I'm excited to have a little sander, you know what I'm saying? My dad's a powerhouse for that shit. But it's, yeah, I would lock that shit up. And honestly, I don't even think he locked it up because he thought we would fuck it up, but oftentimes a lot of us had very sketchy friends we would bring over, and he was probably, rightfully so, nervous that they would try to rob us. Because kids are stupid. That's my mom, Revolticon. The lecture till your ears bleed. Yep, like, they can't stop talking until you fall asleep because they just don't think they're done. Maybe it's a boomer thing, right? I don't know. The weird part is that I don't have any kids. I'm just that age. I had a project manager come onto a call when I was giving a customer the business. She was like, holy shit, you dropped the dad voice on him? Dude, Zach has dad voice. I've heard him do it with the dogs before. I think it's a voice. It's just a weird, serious tone that's innate. Dude, Zendaya's a perfect creature of mystery and effervescence, though, yeet. No one understands her. I don't know. I think it's just a thing, Glacial. I think it's something, I don't know what it is. Maybe people that have had to work with fetuses or something. Like, Zach had to work, you know, at a pawn shop with a bunch of young kids for a long time. Like, I don't know what it is, but he has it and I've heard it, and it makes me very nervous. He's never used it on me, obviously, but, like, I've heard it. My uncle had something like that for his models. Not as big, but he got the fan hood and all that. Yep, that's my dad. I mean, it's basically exactly big enough to roll a car into, and then barely stand around in an airbrush, air paint, whatever the fuck you do to cars. He repaints them. It's really nice, and I mean, he's happy as fuck. This is the 3rd shop he's built, because my parents move all the time, so every shop has gotten slightly bigger and more better, if you know what I mean. He's really happy with this one, though. I think he's finally made it the way he loves it. My family was the opposite. I was handling my grandfather's woodworking tools at a young age. No shit. There's a picture of me holding a saw that's taller than me. I wasn't allowed to touch the chisels until I was 3. You know, were you one of many? Or are you like I wonder sometimes if I kind of got the shit end of the stick because I was second youngest of the 8, that all of my fuckery, like older siblings, fucked my chances up of ever getting a chance to like bond with my parents as a child. Because by the time I was around, they just straight up didn't trust kids. They were like, no, fuck all of you, you're monsters. So like, I was never invited in the kitchen to learn how to cook. Never invited out to learn how to like bow hunt or anything like that. Never invited into the garage to learn how to do anything cool. Like by the time I was 18, I begged my dad, like, teach me how to fucking weld. He's a professional underwater welder. And he was just like, yeah, someday, kid, someday. And when I was 18, I'm like, Dad, I'm going to move out. Teach me how to weld or don't. And he finally did. But, like, I feel like sometimes it got spoiled by all my fucking idiot siblings, ruining it. Because I was just by the time I knew anything was anything, I was already put on the pedestal of, you're probably going to fuck up, so we're just going to assume it. As opposed to, like, maybe this one won't fuck up. So then I was like, I guess I'll just fuck up because I've already been forgiven. Fuck. Like, if that's what you've expected, I guess I'll fulfill the role. I don't know. What else do you do? I didn't consciously think that. I don't know what the fuck. I was definitely a little fucking asshole, though. My family was the opposite. I was handling... Dude, I wish. I'm jealous. Generally, it's primarily to make sure the paint is pulled to the ground or out so it does not interfere with the new coat of paint. No shit. Because it's like a nebula hanging in there if you don't have a system to pull it out. I had no idea, Marnux. Thank you. Seriously, again, never invited to learn any of these things from my parents. I wish I knew. I just know he has this and he paints car parts in it. That's pretty cool. I honestly thought it was like a ventilation system. The look, I think every parent has the... I don't know if I have a... I don't think I have a look. I have resting bitch face, but everybody says that about anyone that's not smiling. I think it's just like, oh my god, you don't just smile at rest? You bitch. Fuck you. As a kid with mental issues, I'd go to my dad's basement workbench and put old toys in the vise and smash them with hammers. Oh, I wish. God, that'd be nice. Destruction therapy would have been sweet. We just would go in the woods and do that, though. Like, find a stump and beat it to death with other sticks. My dad taught me to drive. My grandmother taught me everything else. Dude, I wish. You're lucky. What up, Don? How are you? Most likely by the time you came around, they got tired of hearing, I don't care. Exactly. Or, I know. How often do you hear that one, Glacial? I know. 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 I got this. I know. I know. There's only so many times you can hear that before you just stop offering information. Or you go fucking crazy. I can't stand that shit. Oh, the full name? Yeah. Katie Renee. Absolutely not. It makes me very anxious. Katie Renee, go fuck yourself. I have to cheers now. It's the worst. That one coming out of anyone. Because no one even uses my first name. Ever. Like, I just, it's like, hey, you, person, creature. No. I don't know why the fuck that one. But, yeah, Katie Renee is a scary one. I don't like that one. Self-fulfilling prophecy. They treat you like you're gonna fuck up until you do. And then you go, told you I'd fuck up, right? Or, I mean, like me, they're just, like, not shocked. You get that a lot. Like, I'm not shocked this happened. And you're just like, okay. Thanks. She's plugged. Post cheers. This weed is so fucking sticky, icky, woo woo that it's been plugging regularly. And even when you added me, that booty don't lie. Yep, it's always the fucking I think that's the purpose of middle names. It's the only reason they exist. How else do you get your child's attention when they're in trouble? I never got into the full name thing until my ex. The fuck? Lucky you. And they're like, okay, good. I hope I don't ever experience that. I don't want that. My grandma taught me how to mix a gin and tonic and how to play cards by the time I was 5. That about covers it. Oh, also taught me what a Brazil nut's called. So, great. You don't have a middle name? No shit. Was that a conscious decision by your parents? You know, Lincoln didn't have a middle name. I don't think they're required. I don't think you have to have a middle name, right? It's such a, I think people just like can't pick a first name, so they stick the second choice as the middle name sometimes. I don't know. It's bizarre. I've met a couple people that just don't have a middle name, and I think it's yes. I want to know the reason. Please tell me. Cheers. Yes. Rage. I feel that. I respond more to CK than anything. Honestly, yesterday Zach said Katie out loud, and I think I shit my pants. It made me so anxious. It was the weirdest thing. I cannot physically remember the last time he used my real name. CK. Just stuck. Real hard. Wait, because I'm female, not necessary. Elaborate. No shit. My dad didn't have a middle name and he was a junior. So did his dad not have a middle name either? That's so interesting. I'm in my 50s and my mother still calls me by my first name and middle name at least at times. She used to scare me, but nowadays I call her by her first and middle name.
Hope you're having a good stream, Katie.
Why does it feel gross? Feels like he's cheating. It's so bizarre. I don't know. Like, I just, there's so few people in my life that fucking call me Katie anymore that when it comes out, I feel like I'm in trouble or I'm not. Like, I didn't hear the thing the first time around and now I'm getting yelled at or something. I do. I call him Zachary Binks because he hates it. Zachary Binks. I don't like that one, but that's what I'll do sometimes. I'm in my 50s and my mother calls me my first and middle name at times. My Nana did it up until she died in her 90s. No shit. She was 89 when she passed away. She did it until the end. She would call my mother by her first and middle name. Absolutely. She used to scare me. But nowadays I call her, I call her by her first and middle name. Good. I have to know about the female middle name reason. I'm fascinated. It's not necessary. It wasn't a thing in the family, but all the males do. All the males have middle names and all the females don't. Is that like a cultural thing I've just never heard of in my life that females don't need a middle name? I'm genuinely curious. I have no idea. Like my mom, for instance, when she got married, she kept her maiden name as her middle name and took on my dad's last name. I'm just genuinely, I've never heard of this before. I'm very curious. Sometimes my 4-year-old niece calls my brother by his name instead of dad or daddy. I think we did that to my mom growing up all the time because she was deaf. Like she was absolutely going deaf in one side but didn't know it. So you'd be like, mom, 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 Georgie! And she'd turn around, what? Don't call me that. I'm your mother. And you're like, you don't answer to that anymore. I don't know what the fuck to do. She fucking hated it though. She know with Sally Palmer and her 5 sisters? Yeah. It feels like that. It's weird. Same though, I've been Viata for close to 30 years. I answered both names. Yeah. It's weird how, like, I've told you guys about this, but I had a conversation about this exact thing, oh god, years ago with, he was an ESO player who became a dev at ESO, like got a job because he was an amazing player, but also he was just phenomenal with the math of the game, like truly fucking fantastic. And his name was Gil, and I knew him by his username for years from playing the game. And then when he got a job at ESO, I learned his real name, and I asked him one day, I'm like, what do you prefer to go by? Do you want me to still call you Gil, or do you want me to call you your real name? He straight up said, like, call me by my screen name. My parents, I never got a choice over my real name. My parents called me that. I've been going by Gil by like 10 years now. Like, this is the name I chose for myself. I absolutely prefer it. And I love that. That conversation was kind of enlightening to me because I never really asked. You know, in our world, I feel like we all just stick to screen names. Like, very rarely does someone go, sure, your screen name is fluffity fuck, but what's your real name? Like, nobody cares. If I can say your screen name, I'm just going to call you whatever you want me to. But it's, yeah, it was weird. Different. Oh, was he staring? I think it's because he just went outside with Zach. My mom doesn't have a middle name, and she had a 2-part first name. Amy Beth is her first name. And that was like, that's my mom, Georgie Ann. So, like, taking on the last name as a middle name and just making Georgie Ann a first name, like, hyphenated as opposed to a first and middle worked for her. But I've never heard of that before. I come from the people of multiple middle names and several surnames, so my dad only having a first last is odd. Yeah. I've never heard, like, especially with the older classes, like, I come from the type where they're Catholic, so every single kid is, like, named Catherine for some reason. Like, I'm the 11th Catherine in a row or something like that. Like, they really didn't branch out when it came to names. They just opened the same fucking page in the Bible, I feel like, every time they got pregnant, and they were like, oh my god, Catherine, though. Like, fucking Christ, pick a new, but it's so many repeated names. It's kind of insane. And then they would marry into a Catholic family that had the same names. So, like, my Uncle John, say, married a Catherine of a different family, but he had a sister named Catherine. It's just, they don't branch out. What's so special about St. Catherine? She literally claimed to wear a foreskin ring on her ring finger given to her by Jesus. Made of foreskin. Did I mention the foreskin? She also claims to have sucked pus from wounds. What are we doing? There is better namesakes. Fuck. Stop it. Your parents argued over your middle name. No shit. So my grams grabbed the form and wrote a combination of the two names and handed it to the nurse and said, here's her name. So anyways, my middle name's Rosalie. Rosalia. How do you say it? Rosalia? Would it be like Rosalia? Oh, there's my void. There's my boy. That's kind of beautiful, honestly. My dad kind of did a sneaky too, and named me after his murdered best friend, which was weird. Don't call me Shirley. Wait. My son and daughter-in-law gave their kids first name 2 middle names, of course, last name. Mind you, these kids are going to. Oh man. I mean, name your kids whatever the fuck you want, but like at a certain point in their life, they're gonna hate you if you named them like Shalala. What are you doing? Shalala. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Do you want them to have these conversations for the rest of their life? What are you doing? He doesn't feel good today, my poor boy, so he's looking for lots of little snuggles. He's had the belly burps all day, poor guy. I have a gaming group that meets up IRL, and most people we just call by their screen names. Some prefer their given names, so we just use that as a matter of reference. 100%, yeah. If someone, that's what I mean. Like, I will call you whatever you want, your screen name or otherwise. I'll call it. That's your choice. I don't. No one gets to choose what you're called. You get to choose that shit. Rosalie, spelling it with an A, is the feminine spelling of Lee. I like it. I think it's pretty. But I might be biased. I do have, like, a lot of roses tattooed all over my body. I didn't get a family male name because my mom was absolutely convinced I would be a girl when I popped out. They did that to my brother. My brother, Corey, his name was Elizabeth. Until the very moment he popped out of the womb, and then they were like, whoops, got another name? I think they should have stuck with Elizabeth. Is an Irish Catholic family a guarantee you either have an Aunt Kay or an Uncle John? Or all of the above. Or a Grandma Kathy. Yeah. Also, I don't know if this is a Catholic thing, but I've noticed a lot of bruzzes. Bruz. Is that, what is that? What is that name? That's a real name that runs in my family. Bruz. B-R-U-Z. Like legal name, Bruz. What is that? Is that a Catholic thing? I've noticed that's a name that goes down, and I have a relative right now alive whose name is Bruz. It's the weirdest. It's very normal to me, but when I say it enough, I'm like, no, that's not a name. Why is that a name? Why is that a name? Yeah, he's got bubbly guts today. Even Bill's down there, like, giving him kisses because she knows he doesn't feel good. I picked my sister's middle name. Apparently, I didn't want a sister, so mom and dad thought letting me pick a name would bribe me. Aw, that's kind of precious. I always loved my sister's name. I always thought the name Sarah was so beautiful. I have 2 middle names. Never been a problem for me. It's like a secret. I'm like, that's kind of cool, honestly. I think it's kind of neat when you, like, have a mix, like, no middle name or more than one. I don't know. Basically, my mom wanted me to have her middle name that she shared with her dad, and her dad wanted me to be named after my great-grandmother, who was Rosella. That's cool. Did they get mad that your grandma did that? Dawn is a beautiful name as well. Dawn, Aurora, any of those. I kind of like I don't know. Katie's so fucking basic. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful and hate it. I've always hated it because it's so vanilla. It's such a basic ass white girl name, but also everyone can spell it sometimes. If you know, you know. Um, and most people can just say it. I haven't really had to fight about my first name most of my life, which is nice. But that's usually because there's 7 other in the room. Katie's so fucking common. My husband goes with his middle name because people don't pronounce his first name correctly, and he got sick of it. Yeah, I know a lot of people that do that. They literally hate it, or they're named after a parent who's an asshole. It's not a variation of anything. It's literally just I've never been told it's a variation. My great uncle who came over from Eastern Europe, just trying to get away from Jewish persecution and shit. His name was Bruz. My grandpa's brother. And then they just kept passing it down, but he died when I was really young, and I don't know where the fuck it came from. But every once in a while I'll shoot it out there and be like, anybody know Bruz? Why is that a name? Fun conversations always, what would you have your name being if you were a boy? Mine would have been Diego. Dude, I've asked my mom that, and she straight up is like, I knew I would have girls. I never thought of boy names. I'm like, you suck. This game sucks with you. Mind you, I'm as white as they come. Oh, I love that. I'm a girl, so I got named Shyla. Oh, I love that. My best friend in high school's little sister's name was Shyla. You have pretty, I like those names. They're like different, but not so different that nobody can pronounce them, and you're gonna get fucked with the rest of your life. Or like, can we just call you something else, please? Like Lilu. Your initials spell chaos. I'm jealous. My initials spell curl. Curl? Nah, that's not cool. None of that's cool. That's not cool. My last name, though, it does not make sense in any culture but America. Because technically it means I'm the son of Lars. I'm not. So, I guess traveling I'm sure it's understood at this point that we Americans fucked everything up. But people probably look at that like, the Americans and their fucking Larsons and shit. We fucked I think we just commandeered and didn't ask what it meant. You know what I'm saying? We were just like, yeah, we'll just take that. Fuck what it means. Fuck it all. Yep, mine is you've told me before, LZT, isn't it the Norwegian version, the SEN? Is that the Norwegian version, or you told me once? Mine's SEN, just FYI. Not that it matters, but that's the difference. There's ON and EN, and that's the only fight I've ever had in my life. Is the most common spelling, at least in the US, is ON, and people love to treat me like I don't know how to spell my own name, and they will straight up correct my last name for me. Like, I'll fill out a form, print an E, and get it back typed with an O, and they'll be like, oh yeah, I saw that you fucked that up, and I'm like, do you really think I can't spell my name right now? Still? Is that... Do you do this to everybody? What's happening here? Their chosen last name. Where did they get it? Where did they choose it? No shit. I've never met another EN outside of my family. Ever. That's so interesting. I had no idea. Yes. I mean, RevoltsCon. My sister and I are Katie and Sarah. We were born in Uggs with a frap in a hand and like lip gloss or something. Like, my mom wanted cutesy little girls and she got weirdos. She'll say that to you. She straight up will say that to anybody. She's like, I wanted pretty little girls who like dresses and I got this. She's very open about what happened here. She doesn't know what she did to cause it. She'll say that. Nothing. Obviously, people are just people, but she definitely did not get I don't think Sarah wears dresses at all. Like, she hates them, and I wear them if I go somewhere, maybe, but not girly girls. Like, she really didn't get it, and she tried. She wanted it. She really did go with some pretty girly, and like every picture of us up until we had a choice is like doll clothes, like frills, puffs, straight out skirt with the poofy thing underneath, and like the bloomers, and like little patent leather shoes. Up until we could say no, it's all that. Like, we looked like little dolls. It was weird. Very strange. And I don't know, like, I consciously don't remember hating dresses, but I just remember, like, in a dress, I can't do somersaults, And if you let me wear shorts, I can do somersaults. I don't know why, but I'm going to go with the somersault-proof clothing. And that was what drifted me that way. Because, I mean, my mom didn't want me showing my vagina to the world. That was the reason, but obviously she didn't tell me. Oh my God, he has 2, and you actually use both? You're a scary parent. My last name ends in a son. Lots of Swedish in my family tree, both sides. That's LZT's taught me that before, but the SEN is like a different. I just can't remember. His father's Hawaiian, so I respected his family and gave him a Hawaiian middle name. That's awesome. Which is Kikoa. I'm probably saying that wrong. I'm so sorry. I love that. I love culturally like significant names and stuff like that. I really hope people don't let society squish that shit. As the first version of their name was Laura Larson. No shit, I have an aunt named Laura Larson. They've since changed their forename to a second time. That's amazing. Good name. Very good alliteration. Fuck dresses. Every once in a while I find a good dress that is mobility proof, but most of them it's just like, what am I doing in this? I can't bend over without the world seeing my nana. I think we need to take a break, and I gotta pee really bad. Hold on. My wife hates dresses. Wait. My wife hates dresses, and I think she looks beautiful in whatever she wants to wear. I mean, that's because you see her soul and not the meat sack. I truly think that's something that happens. When you fall in love with someone, you don't see the meat sack anymore. You see the good things shining out, and the meat sack's really irrelevant at a certain point. It's just some soft shit to touch. Because I mean, and I don't say that facetiously, like, I've known people who, when I first meet them, in no way, shape, or form am I attracted to them, and once I, like, become friends with them and I know their personality, I am literally dry humping pillows to the thought of their tone of voice or something. Personality is way hotter than anything else, and I think that's soul shit. Whatever a soul is. I'm not a religious person, but like this, whatever, you know, whatever that is. Not the meat sack. I think you just don't see that anymore. Welcome, Raiders! Welcome, Raiders. My name's Katie. It's wonderful to see you. Thank you for the follow.
Inside and see my crib?
Welcome, everybody. Me too. I love a pretty dress. They're just not very functional, so I don't wear them very often, but I love to dress up when I can. It's fun. It's like a costume, honestly. I feel like dressing up to go out somewhere is like getting to put on a costume. You know? You just get to be different for a night. It's fun. Wear some sparkles. Wear some damn sparkles. That's my favorite. Trooper, I appreciate the raid. Thank you, Honeybean. Welcome, Raiders. My name's Katie, and it's wonderful to see you. I was literally just about to take a break because I have to pee really bad, and then we were going to play some Hades 2 because it's amazing. No shit. My mom says the same thing. She says she wanted a cute best friend daughter. Tried putting me in, what is that? In pageants and shit. Yet raised me on a ranch. I just grew up a feral female too much like my father. Dude. Same. My mom wanted girly girls, but moved us to bumfuck nowhere where we raised chickens and pigs. And like the nearest neighbor was 5 miles away. We lived barefoot. Like my dad called me Leatherfoot because I could walk on hot coals and not feel it at a certain point. Because I just lived barefoot. Like we became feral wild children. It's like they didn't. That's not how you make the girly girls. What are you doing? Demi-social. Yep, I've heard people tell me that before. Like, it's super rare that I find someone attractive in terms of like, oh, I want to fuck that without hearing their voice and knowing anything about them. Like, looks are so. Like, what if they stink? I pronounced it correct. Fuck yes. We went through tons of name ideas because I was, I absolutely wasn't going to name anything I couldn't pronounce. I mean, and that's the struggle. It's like, we want to keep culture relevant. You do not want to let culture die just because Americans are stupid and can't pronounce anything. As an American that can't pronounce anything. Like, that's not my right to crush culture. But at the same time, you don't want to set your kid up to be fighting everyone in their entire life on how to pronounce their goddamn name. Like, what do you do? Where's the happy medium? I don't know. It sucks. I'm glad you kept culture alive, though. Like, that stuff's important. Kikoa was the easiest name I could find that I liked the meaning of and could pronounce. I totally get it. Stream is going wonderful. I'm so fucking tired. I'm like delirious, but it's always a good time. These guys are smart and funny. I had lots of problem dating because I'm like, friendship happens first, then feelings. How can I want to date someone just looking at him? I've never been in a serious relationship with anyone. I wasn't friends. And not like, let's be friends first and then look. It was just like suddenly I start fucking a friend. I don't know. There's suddenly a day switch where I'm like, you smell like fucking. It's always, I've never had a one night stand in my life. It's impossible for me, I think. I would not be aroused at you. I don't know who the fuck you are. You might smell. I don't know. I've never done it. Not interested. It's just it's usually like a switch turns and it's just that. You smell like sex, but never have before. Now I'm curious. Yeah, I don't know, but I think that's just because I get to know that person and their personality and their whatever makes up who we are is that's fun. I want to fuck that. I want to stick my penis in your brain. Parts. You know what I'm saying? Hard, yeah. I can find dress clothes, just never dresses. Dude, dresses are really hard to find for me too. They're either matronly long or so short I have to wear shorts underneath them to be appropriate. Like, I'm not a prude, but I don't think the world needs to see my labias all the time. And I got long ass legs and a fat ass, which all of which makes skirts look even shorter than anything. And it's just not appropriate. Like, that's not appropriate. My boyfriend's more clean and prissy than I am. He's from a very traditional Asian household. They don't just go out in the mud. Then me, oh man, they would find me foul. They would find me disgusting. I'm such a fucking gremlin, roll in the mud kind of person. I'm filth. Like, I'm clean, but I have no problem getting dirty at any point in time ever. Like, I'll just dive in. I'm not like, let me put on my dirty clothes. I'm like, let's fucking do it, you know? It's a terrible habit. Then her name's like the mister's last name. They're just so simple that people overthink it. I've literally had, I think I've told you this before, Cocky. No shit. I had a teacher argue with me when I was a kid that my name was Katia and must be, and refused to call me Katie. Katie. I don't know what to do, sir. I don't know how to help you here. I'm pretty sure my mom looked up basic white bitch names and picked the first 5. I can't help you anymore. You've broken the system. You've gone weird with my name. I don't know what to do. I have no idea what to do. Yeah, I was like the Key and Peele skit before the Key and Peele skit. You know, Ron. That was it, and it was maddening. I don't know if he was like bullying me or something, but I would seriously go home and be like, Mom, the teacher is fucking insane. It was weird. You just nuh-uh. Oh my god, Z-Bot, don't tell me. I still haven't got past the fucking water world, which I'm hoping to do today. My daughter was a Kimberly, and one of my sons a Christopher. Those are easy. That's what I'm talking when I'm saying like unique enough that it's fun and like personal, but not to the point where people are like, how the fuck do you say that? That's very clearly Kimberly and Christopher, right? That's not a torture to a child. I knew and was friends with my wife for like 2 years before we ever started dating. She totally wasn't interested, and I somehow changed her mind. Yep, I get that. Well, Glacial, you know, I've told you this before, but Zach hated me when we first met by doing RPs together. We did a one-shot Vampire the Masquerade, and then we did Nocturne together. And he says now, I didn't hate you, but the first time he told me this story, he straight up said, I hated you. So I'm rolling with it. He disliked me immensely for the vast majority of us working together. And then his quote, he said one day, he was like, why do I hate her? She's so like loud and obnoxious, and she tries to be funny. Oh, and then we made sex. Because he realized he was hating a mirror, and it wasn't very nice of him. But I was completely oblivious. I had no idea. I didn't know he hated me. He was a very nice person, but he didn't like me because of that. And he straight up, he'll tell you that today. He said one day he woke up and he was like, oh, it was just, I hated you because you were me. I was like, oh, yeah, I get that. We all have a little self-loathing inside we can't help project. We can fight it all we want, but it's there. What are you going to do? My combo of first and last names comment had my boss looking up stuff for driving records. Oh, fuck. Yep. And like 5 million people come up. Didn't use my SS and took me up. And one he looked up had several felonies. Oh my god. I agree, madam. And then he looked up and had, that's hilarious. Then one guy I worked with for a while was like, does that sound like insert name would do that? Guys. They're barking really loud. Sorry, I just didn't want them to set anyone else's dogs off. Anyways, I know the mom. They respond to it too, which is a little frightening. I have never touched my dogs in anger, but they definitely, when they see the face I give, they get a little, they look down and have a shame. Which is, I would never touch my dogs. I'm glad I can just look at them and fear them. Oh, Dawn. I love that. That's fucking precious. 31 runs. See, I only have like, I don't even know. I don't know. Let's take a break and pee and then we'll play some more. I don't know how many runs I have, but not very many because I didn't even play yesterday. No shit. Beat his first. Wait. Speaking of Hades, my boyfriend beats his first run through Hades 1 without God mode on the first night he played it.
So he can fuck himself, yeah? Are you kidding? You bitch.
How dare you be loud and funny? That's his role. Exactly. He admittedly says that's exactly where his thought process was. And he was like, I need to rethink this because that's rude. I recall the morning after stream at Katie's old place when Zeke came out with a shirt tied up into a crop top with coffee saying good morning to stream. And wasn't he wearing my shorts? And like a sports bra? I think he put one of my bras and shorts on or something like that. And it was like, toit. That was fucking hilarious. That was a good day. They know. Dogs absolutely know. And it's not a fear thing. They just know I'm upset with them and I don't want them to bark at nonsense. Because I would never. Hitting a dog? Are you kidding me? They're so. Who could do it? Don't tell me. I don't want to know. I'm not in on any RPGs right now. We've just been playing Hades 2 because it's the most perfect thing in the entire world. Ever. Currently. It's so good. Break. So every couple of hours, we take a break. We stretch our dicks. We get some water. It's been a bit. It's been like it's been almost 3 hours. This is terrible. I'm really bad at taking breaks. Stretch. Pull. Whatever. Load bowls. Get some water. Do what's thou need to. I have to pee. Wash your hands. There was something I was going to say. I forgot. Oh, don't forget about charity. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I'll be out to the motherfucker. Listen to the story. It's terrible. I will just fly through the fucking game and read it really fast and not listen to the voice acting. And I know how goddamn disrespectful that is because all those people work so fucking hard to give us good goddamn content. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's good. And it's good. Like, it's good. At the end of the day, it's just fucking good. Moving chat. One moment, please. Move. Dude, every single time I open Twitch, it's been doing the same fucking alerts. It's like, shared monitor comments, introducing stories on Twitch. Do you know how many times I have said, yes, I realize there are stories on Twitch. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. I know. I don't do, I can't, oh God. It's so many, like, they want us to seriously put I mean, I get it. Like, it's the fucking, what, it's the hustle or what the fuck ever, but like I feel like sometimes they're just pushing us to put every fucking moment of our existence on some form of media in all ways, which I get, but also like it feels very out of touch because in a way like we're human. And I think in order to keep healthy, good content creators, you gotta get off of it sometimes. And like, I've told you guys this, but like if I didn't take at least a day off a week, I feel like if all I do is stream, I have nothing to even talk about with you because I'm not doing anything except stream. So all I'm saying is like, oh yeah, on stream we did this, but you're here, so it's just repeating. It's like giving you a recap of the last week every day, and like, it's good. I think we need to get the fuck off of like, it's good to have moments of your life not recorded and just a memory, maybe that you can talk about. I don't know. I think it's healthy. It's not, I mean, social media is not the worst thing in the world. It's just like too much of anything is terrible, right? And if I mean, introducing like stories and all this shit, it's great, but just stop pushing it on me. I'll do it once in a while, maybe. But I mean, like, you know, right? Thank you, David. I don't know. I get the hustle. I get it. Like half of the being a internet, social media, whatever person is like constantly pushing content out there, but there's only so much you can do, and half of these fuckers, if not all of us, are on TikTok now, which is a whole other content we have to manage. It can get really exhausting, and unless you're like you can't afford editors. Like, you do all this on your own time, so then you just end up never fucking, exactly. And that's the other caveat. Like, what percentage of streamers have another fucking job they're trying to get the fuck out of or something, maybe? Like, who has time? It's so much. It's so much. I think once it becomes not fun and it becomes feeling like a job, like you're just posting to be relevant or whatever, I don't think it's, I don't know. I don't know. This is just my opinion. I don't think it's healthy. I think it's okay to just not be on a screen sometimes, and then you have something to, it's going to go in big picture mode one moment because I turned my fucking controller on. It's okay to be off a screen, like just not to be on screen sometimes, and just then come. I mean, half of what streamers do is talk about our day. If our day is seriously just stream, what the fuck do we have to talk about? I don't know. I think it's good for everybody. You can't, I don't know. It's a lot. It's exhausting. I remember doing this and working at the same time, and like I'm so grateful and will never not be grateful for the fact that stream has never felt like a job ever. This has never felt like work. It feels weird to say that this is what I do for a living. It doesn't feel like that ever. It seriously has always, since the beginning, felt like the cool thing I get to do when I'm done with work. And it's just like, it changed, so now it's the cool thing I do between mopping and vacuuming my house and cleaning shit all the time or something, Like, it's still the cool thing I get to do, thank fuck. I never want it to change.
I'm gay.
Bitch, what the fuck? Thank you for that tip, you generous fuck. I've had a lot of streamers say that streaming isn't the jobs, it's all the stuff that they do to get ready for stream. That's it. Thank you. That's a much better way of putting it. Thank you, Mandracan, you generous fuck. I appreciate you. That's exactly it. It's all the, like, trying to get your computer to work and shit and getting it to work and the audio stuff. That's the work. The streaming is the fucking fun part. And I will never take for granted that still feels that way to me. And it always has, even when I worked another job. But it's a lot. Less than 0.5% of streamers are partnered. Whoa. I didn't know that. Very few partners make more than minimum wage. I think most streamers have second and or third jobs. I think a number of people who get to do this full time are way smaller than people realize. I didn't know that stat. I know some stats that are fucking ridiculous. Like, I know that at my size, which is like amazing, incredible, still fucking astounding to me all the time that anyone wants to hang out with me almost 10 years later, for fuck's sake. Like, the fact that anybody finds anything I say interesting at this point is astounding. I am in the 0.002% upper percent of streamers. I know that one, and that's like that, and all that means is like the market is flooded. Right? That's what that means. It doesn't mean like immense success or rolling or anything like that. It just means there is so many streamers now. It's crazy. Fucking wild. It truly is. Sorry, I was trying to change my category. I don't know what it is, but every time I turn my controller on, it has to open big picture mode, and I hate big picture mode on Steam. I never use it. Stop it. Follow age. It's follow age. Follow age. Like follow age, but follow age, yeah. Chair fund! You know what's crazy? This chair that I'm sitting in right now, Zach's broken chair, is more comfortable to me today than I've ever been in that other one. That chair is a curse on my back. And I don't know why. Because it's a Herman Miller. It's allegedly amazing. So many people that stand by it and say it's so incredible, so comfortable, whatever. It's killing me. I don't know what it is. I don't know why, though. But thank you, you generous fuck. I appreciate you. I mean, the stats are fucking fascinating because the fact that it's grown so fast, so massive, it's insane. Oh, yeah, you can click. I mean, I think most people can. You can click your name and it usually gives you like I don't know. Yeah, it gives you your follow age. Yeah, it should. Wow. No shit. Last year alone, there were 278,977,958 streams. I had no idea. It's really grown. Wow. I had no idea. I knew it had grown, but I had no idea. I mean, seriously, so the biggest difference, sorry, that got really loud. The biggest difference with this chair and that other one is that this chair has this massive seat that actually is long enough for the full length of my leg. Whereas that other one, it feels like I'm sitting on the edge of a chair all the time, even if my back is straight up against the back, because the seat itself isn't long enough and it sits in the back of my thighs. Like it sits in my mid thigh. So I always am sitting, I'm always like crossing my legs weird to get that like weird edge of the seat off the back of my legs. And that's what the seat slid forward as far as it can possibly go. Whereas this one, I think, is just it's like an XL Herman Miller or whatever. It's just built to hold tall, bigger people. So the seat is huge, but it's the only thing that's actually, it goes to my back of my knees. It's the only chair, but it's broken, which sucks. Sorry. It does. It holds ass, but also lots of leg, and I can, because the seat is so big, I can sit normal and get comfortable. Yep, I did. I pulled the seat out. I think it was Seatown, because Seatown, I believe, has a Herman Miller as well, and Seatown was telling me, yeah, you can pull the seat out. I pulled it out as far as it can. It's just the physical seat itself is only half the length of my thigh, of like my fucking, this bone. And it sits, and it can cause dead leg sometimes. My leg actually goes dead from it. It sucks. I know. Fucking knee stream. Let's go. What up, Rum Bandit? How are you? Happy Saturday. Happy weekend. I hope you're relaxing. But yeah, it's the all legs thing. That's it. I think that a lot of chairs that are designed for tall people assume tall waisted, which is great. I like having the back support, but they forget that some of us are all like built like a Tim Burton character and are just legs. And we're like, we need that extended seat so bad. Like, I must have it. I need it real bad. What the fuck? Wouldn't you like to know? Oh, I would, you sneaky fuck. Thank you for the $50 towards our fucking charity. Hold on, where is our Tiltify at right now? Our team has raised, wow, it's crazy. Just as an update, if anyone didn't hear earlier, our team as a whole, Team Control Alt Donate, has raised, and that's you guys. That has literally fuck all to do with me. Like, I'm just the messenger. $88,000. $88,263.06. In a little under 2 weeks. It is fucking cool. I don't know what to say. You guys are fucking cool. That's fucking cool. It's truly like I'm honored to be a part of such a cool group of communities that are so like giving. So anonymously just wonderful people that are just giving. Like that's the coolest shit. Like I was saying that earlier, but like I think I could speak for most of us when I say we don't give to St. Jude or do any of this for any sort of recognition or anything. I want nothing in return. I do it because I like to have fun. And if I get to have fun and raise money, like let's fucking go. Titties, dude. Speaking of, I mean, there's actually the character we play in this game. Peanut, remember, it's the worst habit in the world. But this game's perfect. Thank you for hanging out with me today. It's awesome. I gotta figure out something to cook for the children when they get home from the. Zach just sounded like a dying small child girl. You heard that right? Did that pick up on the mic? That was violence. Oh, also, I have to go teach myself Shibari. But yeah, in terms of like all, because people have asked a couple times, in terms of like all the milestones for a thing, once the full, like our stream team is done, I will set a schedule so people know what days I'll work on what stuff in case anybody's interested or completely disinterested in that stuff. Because it's going to take a while. Like I got all the wire to make the wings for the Mothra. And I got the rivets torn out of those curtains. I did that yesterday where we were hanging out for the Jinx outfit and stuff like that. And it's just been a bit. Oh my god, it was such a shrill, shrieking sound. I straight up thought my computer was doing it for a second. And it was Zach. It was insane. It was so loud. Yeah, I thought it picked up on the mic, but it didn't. But I just want to say again, thank you for being awesome to my sister and her man friend yesterday. Because it's like, they're both not majorly internet people, so it can be really daunting coming on here and just like being vulnerable and open to the world, being maybe a little dickbaggery to you. So I appreciate you guys being chill because they had a really good time. They had fun. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna see who the fuck is live. Let's see. Who is live on our team right now? Who's live? Show me who's live, you motherfucker. Do it. That's not it. Why you be a jerk like this? Sometimes the Tiltify website like loads blank for me. It's very odd. Penises. Ooh! Oh my god, Dan's doing Lego. No questions asked. No fucking questions. That's where we're going. If you don't know Domestic Dan, he's one of my dearest, oldest friends. Literally from the Twitch sphere. He became an IRL friend ages and ages ago, and he's a wonderful human being. There it is. Dude, I mean, I always want to invite people on, but most of my family is very just hesitant about the internet world, and they don't really understand it. And, you know, not understanding something and not fully encompassing can make you afraid of it. And I never want anyone to be uncomfortable, so I don't push. Like, I never force anyone to sit here. I would never. I invite, hey, if you want to play a game, if you want to sit with me, like, I'll be here, but I would never force anyone, because it's kind of a hot seat of a kind, right? Of a type. I would never do that to anybody. But they had a really good time. They always do. Like, Sarah, I think, had a blast. She always acts like an awkward fucking turtle, but I think she truly does have a good time. She wouldn't do it with me anymore if she didn't have a good time. I don't think. Sorry. Getting out of the game so I can fucking see you guys. I love you game so much. You're so amazing. I just want to play you forever and ever, but my dogs will not love me anymore if I don't walk them. Then they will probably shit all over my life. Twitch it's kind of like the whole live conversation content thing is very new outside of web, like live cam sites. And no shade. It's just like, I'm sure a lot of people, when they hear that this is what I do, a lot of people probably assume I'm naked, which no shade again, but it will probably make your family not want to come hang out with you if they're just assuming you're naked all the time, of which I'm not. So someday I'll get them on. Someday. I'm just glad my sister's open to it, because she's not majorly into computers, but she's more open to, like, just hear me out when I'm like, hey, it's a bunch of just normal ass people who hang out all day. Like, that's it. Just hanging. Whereas my mom's like, no, they're all perverts and the pedophiles and shit like that. I'm like, you can't do that anymore, because I'm the internet people. You can't, like, what are you trying to say, mom? You bitch. She not turtly enough for the oh my god. Oh my god. Darren doesn't know about the turtle yet. Oh, he's gonna die. I know, right? Well, I'm technically naked under all of this. If you want to get really real about it, but no. Twitch would cancel me so hard. It would be fast and swift and a bye-bye. I mean, we're all perverts, but, like, not in the dangerous, like, I mean, I'd go so far as to say most of us are far too lazy to be dangerous in any way, shape, or form. But, like, you know, the consensual, respectful kind of perverts, like, I'll stare at titties all day, but not if it makes you uncomfortable. And I'm aware of that. Like, there's a fucking difference, I think. I don't know what it is, but there's a difference. On that note, my friend Dan is doing Lego, and I fucking love Lego. You guys know I've only done one set ever. Someday I'll afford another one. It'll be the sickest ever. But I'll be back tomorrow morning, hang out, do the usual, beat some more Hades. I'm really, like, I can't believe I have to stop right now because the story just got so hot and bothered, but my dogs are important, you know. Dude, trouble, right? What a weird concept. Sick. You gross sick. Get out of here. Get out of here with your weird, like, fetish, traction shit. Out. Weird. Me, I've only done one Lego set, and it was truly a dream. It was a gift, but man, are they expensive, dude. Do them if you got them. They're the best thing ever. Treat my friend Dan well. He's awesome. He's on our stream team as well, so obviously, like, if you got it, help him out with the charity. If not, just hang out. He's awesome. He's a really cool person, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I'm so fucking tired. I haven't slept in 2 days, so I'm sorry if I seem really slow and off, but man, I am delirious, and I'm going to try to stay up until a reasonable time so I can sleep tonight. It's going to be a terrible time. I love you guys. See you tomorrow.